Yo, this your boy Pomatic, host of Godspeed TV. Today we gonna get into HoodX news. We're gonna try to take it lightly today. You know, it's a gloomy day out there. Hope y'all was safe for the 4th. You know what I'm saying? Everybody on play. We're gonna get into a couple of our sponsors. Shouts out to SFL Productions. You know what I'm saying? Straight for Life Productions. My boy Bronson. Shouts out for HoodX.com for sponsoring this show. Shout out to No Shoot Entertainment. Shout out to Native Mind Productions. For more info, it's in the chat box. That's nativemindtechoutlook.com. And he pretty much the engineer of the musical, aspect of it. But the information in there. So that's Native Mind Productions. Info in the book chat room. Anybody else I forgot out to shoot out to, y'all let these are the people that's part of our production that's getting down with me right now. So, like I say, today's show is brought to you by HoodX News, HoodX.com. If you ain't signed up. And we're going to try to get on a lighter note today. Lately, we've been in the news, we've been talking about a lot of deaths, killings, murders. And after a while, it started messing with your mind, so we're going to try to take it to a higher vibration note, Something more happier than what we see going on today. I know y'all been hearing about these aliens out here. I spit a lot about the aliens, so if you ain't checked it out, check out the Alien Love Bite. The other day, I seen one, I think it was the 4th, flying over my backyard. It was a little lantern looking thing. It was a little like a light of fire. I stepped out looking at it. Me and my dog Chop. And we had, it went roll. It was like by my alley, like I'm talking about low. And it rolled right past my house. And right when it passed my house, it got smaller and took off. And, I had witnesses, so y'all won't think I'm crazy. But, I just share that with you. So start looking up, you know what I'm saying? Might be some alien shit going on. And I got all the info about the aliens. But like I say, y'all rock with me today, you know what I'm saying? We got coming up. We got Lil' Kim ex-boyfriend speaking, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna get into a message, you know what I'm saying, to the black man from our sister. Well, first we're gonna get into the Law 1, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna break down the Law 1, Ra, you know what I'm saying? Because we talked about Napoleon here yesterday. You know what I'm saying? We're going to hear from your boy Ben Real. He talking about Samson and Delilah. We're going to get into that. We're going to get into Jay Can when he's talking about Smith. When he first ran into Smith, you know what I'm saying? Jay Can, the boy part of HoodX, you know what I'm saying? Been with us since day one, rock one. Big shout out to K Blau, you know what I'm talking about? We're going to hear a little bit from Bobby Hemmett, you know what I'm saying? And a message to the black man from Priestess I said Ra Amen, Then we're going to get into some of that Book of Eli, and we're going to do a random on HoodX Lick, Like I say, today, just sit back and enjoy the ride. It's your boy Poe. And I guess, here we go.
So what you gonna get for causing me that drama? I say that's bad karma. Now I feel sorry for you, just put on my armor. You on the panorama. Thanks to the mango farmer. Sleep by the tree and sip clean water. Young cashew, me now go back on the corner. I wouldn't mind someplace warmer. Still I give thanks that Jah has keep my soul. While you go and dig your hole, my story is yet to be told. It's me that's gonna see victory unfold and march with a fire that's bold. Still can't believe that I worked for you and you left me out in the cold and run off with all my gold. You'll carry that weight till you're old.
It's your boy Zed.
So what do I get for giving you all that time?
No Shoe Entertainment.
Right. Yeah, works for a pay is fine, but the way you treat me unfair, that is a crime. You owe me more than a dime.
All the way across
the earth. I can't ever give you that peace of mind. Your spirit is covered in grime. You want to keep yours and mine. Still I just breathe and shine. You're in a worse off place than I am in. Don't you know about Jah time in? It's a long queue and the first is last in the line and half of the queue is blind. Follow each other round and you can't read a sign that says the road you're on is a bad design. Well, I'm in a taxi, blessed in the backseat, give thanks in my heart full time.
My man. Let's see.
Do we have a deal, Mr. Reagan?
You know, I know this steak doesn't exist. I know that when I put it in my mouth, the Matrix is telling my brain that it is juicy and delicious. After 9 years, you know what I realize? Ignorance is bliss.
Then we have a deal.
I don't want to remember nothing. Nothing. You understand? I don't want to be rich. You know, someone important. Like an actor.
Whatever you want, Mr. Reagan.
Hey, a lot of people feel like that. You know what I'm talking about? Like I said, it's your boy Pomo, Godspeed TV, HoodX News, brought to you by HoodX.com. Now we're gonna go over to Lil Kim X, you know, and he's talking to Wendy Williams. And I wanted to play this because he's saying some supreme shit. And you know, he at home and she at home. And when you at home and you a guy that's not really in the public like that, you can say what you want. But I think Wendy Williams made a mistake when she put him on, because he started doing the Nick Cannon, you know what I'm saying? And she didn't know what the fuck to think. So let's see what they talking about. This Lil Kim X talking to Wendy Williams, you know what I'm saying? Let's see what they got.
Sitting here with the infamous World. This is my second time meeting with you, and you have your Quran, and you have a woman with you who is wearing, what do you call this?
Kimo.
Okay, it's fabulous. Is that Chanel? It matches the fabulousness of her boots, but clearly she is with you in your faith.
Exactly.
And your faith is
Islam.
Islam.
The true Islam.
Islam, okay,
There's
right.
only one Islam.
How long?
Not the Nation of Islam and all that. The true Islam. True Islam.
Okay. What do you think about Michael Jackson? Before I get off the religion subject and becoming a...
I think
Kim X
profited off of the message being spread. And I think Michael's lost. He don't really understand what true Islam is, because what they're practicing is not true Islam. They believe in Elijah Muhammad, and it's just all twisted up. That's not Islam. The only Muhammad is the Prophet Muhammad, may peace and blessings be upon him, from Mecca. That's the only prophet.
You motherfuckers love
How long have
disrespecting
you been
their elders.
practicing?
They need to let Larry move out.
I've been a Muslim all my life. That's all our nature. That's all our birthright.
Did you grow up in a Muslim household?
No.
How old are you?
29.
And where are you originally from? You got a lot of stories that kind of ride with the legend of World. Most of the ones that I've heard aren't so nice. They don't paint you as such a nice man.
Well, that's just people trying to discredit me.
Yeah.
Because they know what's got to happen.
How do you make your money? Any money? By muscling people?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't muscle people.
Nigga, why you whispering?
No, I used to
go with that shit.
Certain things,
Block hugger?
No,
okay.
No, block hugger. But music.
You had what appeared to be a serious relationship with Little Kim. I have to say that Kim's career, from beginning to this point, the only man I know of her being involved with in a romantic way is Biggie. And she only had a piece of him, because we all know the rest of that story. I mean, say what you want about Little Kim, everybody. And she's popped a lot of coochie in videos and, her lyrics and all like that. But as far as known hodom, I don't know Little Kim to be a sleep around like that.
He's not. Kim is a very good person.
How did you meet her?
Kim was in first grade together. Went to school together. We would grow up together from kids.
Tell me about your brother. At one point, he was dating Kim. Tell me the story of
my brother.
It was your blood brother.
Yeah, my blood brother.
Was dating Kim.
Yeah.
Okay, I did have that story right.
You got correct.
And he was killed?
Yeah.
When did that happen?
In 99.
How did it happen?
Yeah, shot.
You say that and toss your hand like it happens every day.
We all from the street. Like, it's not like we not new to something like that.
Yeah.
The streets swallowed him up. Allah called him back. That's the best way I could say that.
Is he your younger brother?
What?
You're the youngest. So I'm picturing in my mind that Kim comes to you for consoling, and you fall in bed together?
Nah, that's not how it happened.
How did it happen? World is here, everybody.
Me and Kim, all good comes from Allah. Me and Kim, we seen each other, me and Kim we always had a thing for each other. So that was that. But I don't really want to talk about that, Wendy. You know what I want to talk about.
What do you want to talk about?
I want to talk about what's going on in the world today. That's what I want to talk about. Forget Kim, forget all of it.
Right.
Yeah, let's really talk. Forget all that small talk.
Why'd you break up? Because I'm picturing if you're with Kim that you'd be on you'd be on some collabos.
We're on two different sides of the fence.
Let's pause. Let's explain why he said. Let me get into this. He trying to, she trying to keep it under the Matrix Act. He trying to slide up out of the Matrix with it. He trying to. You'll see. He want to put the God body in there. But we're gonna go to this 5G wireless. You know what I'm saying, from HoodX Net sponsors out of the book of Eli. I'm gonna read a little bit of that. 5G, the latest methods of faster wireless transmission technology, is being aggressively implanted worldwide as a public utility service, when it is actually a military-based technology that is being weaponized for surveillance and population control. Wireless carriers are setting up millions of towers across the United States, which are needed to facilitate a faster speeds 5G connectivity in the future, or will a future. A few of the many corporations involved include Samsung, Intel, Qualcomm, Nokia, Huawei, Exosystems, ZTE. This is a global operation, and many governments are backing to push the 5G. Will make use of a type of encoding called OFDM, a method of encoding digital data on multiple carrier frequencies, and is likely to rely on a network of cells as small as household routers rather than a huge towers radiating over largest distance. So they're going to plug up your household routers, your cable box, instead of these towers. So you got to remember, the towers are tall in the air. Now they're going to bring them down to your house, and then your house got a big old circle around it, which combines with the next house and the next house and the next house. So now you're walking in a 5G whirlwind or pool or water or ocean. Half your body is in 5G ocean. You know what I'm saying? So it said like that. About the height of your router. You know what I'm talking about? 5G uses a much shorter wavelength. Transmitters will have to be erected every 500 feet. That's why they're at your house. This means that, now think about the shorter, that's why, okay. This means that such transmitters will appear everywhere, which means we may be exposed in a EF mode continuously, unable to escape its effects. Now, multiple studies have confirmed the link between EMF and cancer, diabetes, heart disease, autoimmune disorders, and other chronic debilitating diseases. This is serious, and especially when you consider that at least 50% of the U.S. adult population now has chronic debilitating diseases, while some have multiple such multiple illness. So that's just, breaking down the 5G technology, and it's, pay attention. But anyway, we're gonna get back to Lil' Kim. You know what I'm saying? I'm just taking it real light today. We're gonna chill, but I wanna get back to Lil' Kim on X. You know what I'm saying? Talking. It's a pretty slick nigga. You just gotta.
She's on that side.
Gotta listen to him. I like the
way
he do it.
What's going on in this type of thing is it's not Islam.
And I respect Islam, but just because you're not, you don't practice Islam does not mean that you can't get along with other people.
But if you being a direct enemy to Islam, then
what is Kim that makes her a direct enemy to Islam?
Kim is part of a secret society.
Secret society. What is that? What is a secret society, world?
It's the Masons and the Eastern Stars.
Okay, Masons and Eastern Stars. Everybody, now we're getting someplace.
Yeah.
Pause. I don't think she want to go there, but he said Mason and Eastern Stars. Every now and then we get a rant from HoodX. You know what I'm saying? There and actual response from HoodX out of HoodX.com that they would like us to read on the show, that how they feel about what's being said. Now, he's like, do you think, you're a Muslim, how you feel about Lil' Kim actions? And he's like, she of the world. I mean, what you mean? And she's like, okay, now we're getting somewhere. But let's see. We're going to go into HoodX files and what they would like to say about the whole situation. Because I pulled it up and I found it interesting, you know what I'm saying? And we're going to keep it 1,000 on Godspeed TV. But here it says, let me see if I can find it. Okay, let's see. All right, let's see. It says here in HoodX that Lucifer is a woman. The biggest trick, enemy equal woman. There was no concept of enemy until the woman, Nakash. Now, let me see if I should read some of this. You know, I mean, this is what how HoodX feel. You know what I'm saying? So I think this is what he's saying too. But you know, and we ain't saying the enemy like we want to kill a woman or not. But what they're saying is, in biblical terms, the enemy, as in Adam was chilling with Eve until Eve started kicking him with the snake, and then the snake, you know what I'm saying? Then she started telling Adam, "Look, nigga, we gonna, you know, nigga, I need $700 for this purse." Adam like, "Bitch, I used to give you an apple and everything." No. I've been over there with the snake and them, nigga, fuck an apple. I need $700 for this purse, and that's how it go. And Adam had to like, well, how the fuck do I get $700 that way? Ain't got no money. Well, you better create the shit. So she sent Adam off on a mission to create the money so he can pay for it from Satan. You know what I'm saying? But the problem is that Adam got too caught up into making money and forgot about, you know, getting down with God. So that's how it pretty much in a nutshell. So, you know, HoodX, y'all wild, boy. Y'all wild as hell.
It's like pulling teeth talking to you. A beautiful smile, I might add. Very, very nice. Okay. Bring us into the world of what Masons are about. And an Eastern Star is the female to Masons.
Right.
I did not know that she's an Eastern Star. Tell us about Masons first.
Okay. The Masons, like, you know, they're a little secret society of people. And them and the Jews, they sit back and they feel like they make the decisions on what's going on in the world today. But they could plan, but Allah is the best of planners. So what's going on is, like, it goes from the presidency to the music industry,
right,
to the courts. But let's talk about the music industry for a minute.
Okay.
All right, now, we got a lot of these cats. If you hear them in their rhymes, a lot of them is spitting the language. And they're really nothing but puppets for the bigger people. And, you know, everybody knows about these people, but everybody's scared to speak up.
Well, I want you to speak, and I want you to tell me, because right now we're talking in secret language.
I'm giving it a jump deep into it.
Okay.
All right, now, in that little circle, you all know that you have to be sworn to secrecy.
Yes.
So it depends on what type of level you in this thing, to whereas how you have to be sworn to secrecy.
Gotcha.
These rappers, they know how to go. They got to be sworn to secrecy by homosexuality.
Okay.
Let's pause on that. Now that's how let's pause. So, could any effect he be talking about out of the book of Eli Mind Locks? This filter located on the COCCYX called a reptilian tail is not organic to humanity. It is designed to stop the spiritual body activation, feed energy reversals to mind lock the body, and operate as a reptilian mind control projection. Now, basically, it's doing is the body is controlling the mind instead of the mind controlling the body. It's reversing your polarity. You understand? So that's when we got the rap game or hip hop, as we sort of speak and say. I'm gonna let them explain. Reptilian, you know. Let's go.
Now we're getting to the crux of it. What are you saying? Because I know Masons, and I know guys whose fathers are Masons, and they've aspired to be Masons. And I briefly know the Eastern Star. Is an Eastern Star supportive of the homosexuality by way of partaking in lesbianism?
Both.
Okay.
Turning dudes out and all kinds of things. That's all they're about. Sex, drugs, and cash.
Okay, wow. The biggest secret then within the Mason organization is the homosexuality.
Of course, they don't want that to be exposed. That's why they don't want me talking. That's why they do what they do, so as I don't have no voice, because they know.
Let's start naming names.
Jay-Z,
what?
Huff, 50, Russell Simmons. Where you want to go with this thing? I'm
not surprised. Keep going. I'm flinching. I'm poofing up my hair, everybody, in that way of saying.
Oh, you like that shit.
He's not saying anything new to me. Go ahead, world.
Exactly. All them dudes, man. All them dudes, but
Ja Rule and 50. What's that all about?
Wow. You know they beefing over a homo.
Shut up. I mean, keep talking.
Yeah, they beefing over a homo.
Let's pause. That's what I thought. Let's go to HoodX.com, the Mason avatar. Let's read from there. Shit, hold on, man, because this is what we think Masons is, you know. I mean, Whitney had her point of view. Let's see. The Mason avatar. 1. Mason is an American nigga before he falls into knowledge, and all his predictable chaotic behavior. This is manufactured to him. I'm gonna read that again. I'm up here trying to hit the weed and talk at the same time. 1. Mason is the American nigga before he falls into knowledge, and all of his predictable chaotic behavior that is manufactured to him. The rap, okay. 2, Mason has to maintain the American nigga lifestyle. He has no knowledge of himself. He finds himself through images of men with money. Could this be what they're talking about? Whitney, who have lived out the American dream that Mason is going to transpire. Okay, so if you're a 21 degree, I'm a 33 degree, that means I already became Jay-Z. 3, Mason copies everything that he sees on television and hears in the latest records. 4, Mason is the average nigga with money who has no higher or independent thought. Ain't that the shit that Napoleon Hill and them was kicking it other yesterday on the Talk with the Devil? Independent thought, you know what I'm saying? How much of this shit occupy your mind, Mason? Especially towards spirituality. Every time Mason gets money, it is spent on the latest tangible items, whether it is to be go to a movie, food, car, accessories, or habits. Then he falls asleep after he buy this shit. And in the morning, he starts this entire process all over again. Sound like money bag yo. 5, Mason typically get irritated with spirituality. He might even get a headache or fall asleep in the middle of any conversation or higher thought. Go ahead, your conversation with the devil. 6, Mason was smart back in grammar school, but he became more corrupt as he noticed that the girls like the bad boys. I've been through this shit too. And nice guys finish last. Yeah, this will fuck you up. You like, man, fuck this. I mean, you sitting here trying to do your ABCs, 1, 2, 3s. Girl over there, you like a crush on her and shit. And then next you walking out, you finna give her your card, your little number and stuff. You feeling good about your little stuff. Then the little dude pull up with the Lex bubble. Your whole soul Now you go back the next morning, your mama looking at you crazy, like, what's wrong with your boy? You ain't finna tell your mama, I'm straight, I'm going to room, close door, play some Easy on the video, on the tape. That's what I'm talking about, cassette tape. And thinking. Then you go back and you looking at her and she ain't looking at you, and then she looking at you, you looking at her, and you like, what the fuck, how am I compare? All of a sudden, your A's turn to D's. Let's go. This calls, okay, let me read that again. Mason was smart, and this for you shorties. Don't stay in school, because in the end of the game, what just happened is, if I'd have stayed in school and kept going, she was gonna go out there with him, and then she was gonna come after he done ravaged her mind. She was gonna come looking for me, and that's how it would have been, because I'm already straight. At the end of the day, they won't, you know what I'm talking about. Mason was smart back in grammar school. Yeah, I asked the teacher, why don't our history go past slavery? Come on, man, come on. He like, man, quit playing. But he became more corrupt as he noticed that the girls like the bad boy, and nice guys finish last. This caused the boy to create an avatar of the bad boy and lose himself in the avatar. Actually, he got the girl, but now he believed he's the avatar that she liked. Mason is built on justification of character, and he loves to justify his character every opportunity he gets. 7, Mason is a little black boy lost inside a cartoon version of himself. HoodX, let's go back, and see what, and this is Mason. It sounds like this nigga Mason trying to, I wouldn't say he have copy. He a pimp. Fuck that.
Is this transvestite?
I wouldn't know. I don't get that deep into it. But the word come back to me. Because, people want to expose them. You know how the homos do. When you trying to be on the down low, they going to blow you.
I get the calls all the time.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But back to what's going on now. As far as with the Masons go.
LL Cool J?
He's one of the big ones.
Okay.
He's the first one on Def Jam doing his thing and all that.
Look, nothing new to me.
Exactly. Uncover it all.
So Russell, being king of Def Jam, and I've always looked at Def Jam and the artists.
But okay, listen. Only thing you have to do is pay attention to the way these dudes look.
Okay.
These dudes is grown men. How you running around in all these videos and all that, and you don't got no facial hair? That's because they're imitating the people that built the pyramids. If you look at them dudes throwing up the dynasty sign,
okay,
they throwing up the dynasty sign, that's a diamond. The pyramid is actually a diamond.
Right.
Yeah, half is up top,
right,
and half is down low.
Right.
Yeah, this is what these dudes represent, but they really don't know what they following. They're really, really lost. Like, the devil is really fooling these people. They really don't understand what they following. They're just soldiers and puppets for the bigger people. And if you pay attention to what's going on, like, they're really trying to step into the Muslim world with their music and all that. You see these dudes now in videos, all in deserts and all that, on camels and stuff. You understand?
Yes.
Okay, we get it. Let's go. All right, we get it. I got you. But anyway, I just found that interesting, you know what I'm saying? Different point of view, different prospect. We'll get into that later. Probably I'm hitting it with. We're gonna get into a message from our queen. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Can I pull it up? Then we're gonna get into some I Am Ra. You know, and if y'all don't understand that, that's the I Am Ra files. But let's see what my boy J Ken got to say about the whole situation today. You know, a message from my boy J Ken. Remember, been down with us for day one, A1. Let's go.
Like the video and any comments you want, and subscribe. Right down below. What's today? May 11th, 2018. Right in the midst of Taurus season. Friday. Smith Day. We call it HoodX.
Right.
So I figured because it's Smith Day, we might as well get into some lit talk about Agent Smith. Now, for those who don't know who and what Agent Smith is, we got a ton of information, a ton of content. We got radio shows on HoodX.com breaking down Smith in its entirety. But I'm going to try my best to kind of explain it without taking too much time. I know it's Friday and shit, Smith Day, so y'all all in the energy. You motherfuckers are Smith out there. So
all a day ahead of life.
And you,
tomorrow,
understanding that, I'm going to make this quick.
Today.
The concept of Agent Smith really derives from the movie The Matrix. But it's a little bit more complex than that. Meaning that Agent Smith is some shit that ain't ever going away. Like, no matter how many degrees you master, no matter how many chambers you unlock, you never really gonna get rid of Smith. That motherfucker ain't going nowhere. And he ruthless too. Meaning, as you deprogram and upgrade your programming and your software, Agent Smith is charging up too, baby. Agent Smith 2.0, Agent Smith 3.0, and etc. Like, that's just the game, man. And he rules through depression, like desperation, like, you know, CCDD. Like, he rules through desperation out there, and desperation is really manifested and really turned up to maximum on Fridays, which is why my wife would tell you, I don't go nowhere on Fridays. You hear me? I be at the crib. Like, I don't do appointments on Fridays. I don't get my hair cut on Fridays. You know, I try my very best to avoid getting out on Smith Day.
Is that right? You know. Let's see what your sister talking about.
Together.
Priestess, I said, Ra, amen.
This is why I have introduced my priest, Ogu El Ra, okay? Because what I'm being led to do is, because this is the age of the collective groups, okay, is to
remember what you
create
said. I am Ra, the law
a goddess circle and a god circle. So I'm going to allow my priest to formulate that. I have already asked his permission and he said yes, he will do it. You understand? And he rolls just like I do, okay? We both get downloads, okay? And the reason why he's able to get the downloads is because he's not arrogant. You understand? Because arrogance will stop you. Because what I see a lot of these brothers in the conscious community, while they may have great information and they know how to research and bring the information, the arrogance is an obstacle for them receiving downloads.
Talking about young Pharaoh.
Spiritual insight.
Disrespecting Bobby Hemmings.
They can put up a nice video where they're, you
know.
know.
Let me pause. Let me pause on that. I meant to talk about that, bro. We ain't never gonna disrespect the elders. I don't give a fuck. What give a fuck? When you first came up, you started listening to any of you, okay. And then as you got older and became more acknowledged and then knew what they do and knew what they understood, you start looking at them like they ain't nothing. No, they want to carry you off that second dimension to the third dimension. And then they brought you from that third dimension to the lower fourth. So how the fuck can you get up here and get talking about, oh, I know more than him, or fuck Bobby Hemmings, fuck Phil Valentine. Fucking psychopath, man. See, that's the problem today. Don't ever disrespect the elders, especially online at all. All you gotta do is tell yourself, I learned from him, I got what I could, I'm moving on. You know what I'm saying? I may have been misled, but he got me across the waters. That's it. Don't even just respect him and do your thing. But you want to hear trying to your hair floating in the wind and the suntan lotion on, prepping twirling your hair before you do a show. I'm talking about Young Pharaoh in this bitch. That's some bitch shit, nigga. I ain't know you was out here like that. You a Mason. You the Mason that this motherfucker's talking about. You get your ass out here. Your job is to create the disconnect under the demonology lick. Nigga, when I seen that video, man, nigga, fuck you. Don't never disrespect the elders. They came through this bitch, did what they did. You might have agreed fully, but you understand what the mission was about, and we keep going. Now you got this new Sahu .02 nigga. You know, Sahu is the nigga out here gangster. But then you got this new motherfucker who scared to do the Sahu gangster, the real Sahu, but he get knowledge and he want to gang bang with the knowledge. Well, he know he ain't got no fucking opposition, and the opposition he got is a man that's dead or dying. And your opposition gonna be a motherfucker, a grandfather. Get your ass out of here, dude. That suntan lotion on floating in the wind, twirling your head, nigga. The fuck out of here, nigga. Man, they better quit playing with Poe. I'm just speaking. You don't never disrespect the elders. They need to let Larry Hoover out from this bitch. Because now, if you let Larry Hoover out, y'all can go to him, he can go to them, and then everybody can talk. And then you let the BD chief out, and then everybody can talk, and then they can get back into government. Because once they in the world, everything gonna come back down. When they out there, you got renegade out here. So if you police really, really want a motherfucker, go talk to all the gang chiefs. Set them up right, get them free, and make sure they do their job to calm this violence down. That's the only motherfucking way you're gonna do it right now. And quit playing with me, and we gonna disrespect the elders. Come on, man. That's what we going through now. Y'all got Hoover locked up. Niggas out here renegade. I'm a vice lord, and who playing, man? Playing. That nigga bogus though. But let me
you know, but let me tell you something. This is also the age. If you are not who you say you are going to be exposed. I see folks on social media having nervous breakdown that are supposed to be spiritualists, that's supposed to be so evolved, and having full nervous breakdown. Because one of the things is you have not resolved your issues. And one of the things is you cannot come to this realm and not be authentic. You understand? This is the realm of, you don't have to be perfect. First of all, when I transition up out of here, I'm getting out of here with a C-. I never came here to get an A+. Okay? That's not my intent. Okay? Because I do like the other 20%. Okay? 80% of my wounds have been healed. You understand? And that is a wound that is largely wounds that have been inflicted by my brothers. Okay? Just 1 second, I have my priest calling. All right. Oh, wow. So we got some heavy energy today, because today we got 7 planets that's lined up in Aquarius. And it's a stellium today. So it's some power-packed energy. But let me get on with this video. So my...
Got you. But other side of the world.
But knowing and understanding that Smith is not going anywhere, you really have to start to break down what Smith truly is. And when you talk about tarot cards, like, it's not even really astrology. It's really when you get into like predictable patterns of a person's zodiac sign. You got to understand that Smith is basically that energy, that negative energy that pushes you into your actual cards.
Let's pause. What you mean, J. Can you possibly, let me make sure I got this right. Can you possibly talking about out of the book of Eli? We're going to read Zodiac Alteration. Say it again. Zodiac Alteration out of the book of Eli. HoodX.com. Inside Godspeed TV. Young Pharaoh, you a pussy. You gonna do your hair You gonna put on shea butter. You take about 4 or 5 pictures of yourself. You go look in the mirror 17 times, and then you go do a video. The fuck can you make a video talking about a dying man? Nigga, I'll smack the motherfucking shit out you. Come to Chicago and disrespect any of these elders out here, nigga. If I see you, and I ain't in my ego, y'all, but I just feel passionate about you gonna disrespect, because I know when I'm dead and gone in the legacy I leave, and the motherfucker get up here and get to talking about how he gonna learn from me, and then when he think he know more than me, say fuck me. No, you like that, and then you keep going, but you never disrespect the elders. That shit, Joe. Let's say Zodiac. He talking about JK, talking about Zodiac. You're gonna get smacked. The Zodiac, as we know it, will be altered due to these magnetic changes during the ascension cycle, and the astrology influence or mental imprints will change, alter or amplify the birth chart depending on the level of awareness and the level of interaction with those cosmic forces and magnetic influences. This means that the magnetic imprint received from the Zodiac constellation alignments to the alignments at birth will cease to have the same influence upon our body, our personality, our mind. This will impact many other factors. Conversely, those whom are under the severe mind control influence that is being perpetuated throughout the negative polarity of the Zodiac archetypes used by the NAA, Orion, the aliens, the enemies that we talk about today. I hope the little lantern lights is positive. But anyway, Orion, service to self, artificial machinery, AI technology has been rolled out in Chicago. Many accelerate, let me read this again, may accelerate into the influence through increasingly distorted behaviors. And when you read I Am Right, he talk about distortion in behaviors. We already know what that means. I'm gonna give you a brief essence of it. The concept of egotism describes a person who acts to gain value for self-serving motivations and instinctual desires first kingdom while taking in an excessive amount of resources, Kodak Black, than that which he or she may give back to others. This may also be referred to as service to self. See, Kodak Black, I ain't say that to hurt him up because he's getting it right. He's trying to get it right. But he know once he do that, niggas gonna try to get him dark tonight. The same thing they did to King Von. He in the hood giving. And niggas want to try to kill motherfuckers. They want to kill. Let's quit playing. All right. Now, I just read distorted behaviors. It has been confirmed that the planetary body Saturn moon matrix, have been used as headquarters for the Zodiac mind control transmissions, and that this planet aura and logos is the densest and most problematic in the entire solar system. Saturn is an Orion group Archon outpost located primarily in the outer rings for many of the NAA Orion activities to distort and pervert the lower dimensions and propagate the fourth dimension astro delusions, along with the 5-dimensional false ascension programs, what I was talking about, 5G. So now when I say lower fourth, this is what I'm talking about. In lower fourth, I sound wicked because that's why you in the lower fourth. The lower fourth is looking back on third, higher third, spirituality itself. And like, nah, nigga, this ain't Jesus with the sandals, it's Jesus with the Timbs. I want to live and keep going. So I got to be a wolf to fight a wolf. Ain't no lamb in the midst of wolves. He said, God said, be a lamb in the midst of Jesus. Whoever said, be a lamb in the midst of wolves. I never really understood that these times. Maybe back then they ain't had no flat screen TV, but we are now. You got to be a wolf, training day to fight a wolf. So I'm lower fourth. And I don't know what higher fourth will look like. I can't describe that to y'all. But all I am is the of third dimensional density so high that I'm in the lower fourth. And so I ain't even thinking about the higher fourth yet. I just got to get it right. Fourth dimensional delusions along with the 5D false ascension program. Most of the false ascension masters of the new age using the 5D false ascension program through Orion group are actually broadcast transmitted through the Sagittarian body in the 7th dimensional area of the galactical portal. Additionally, through field work, it was confirmed all forms of blood cult worship was designed through Orion group by manipulating the constellation transmissions and using Saturn Phantom Moon Matrix and using Sumerian worship interchangeably to propagate satanic ritual abuse, BET, or worse, SERSRA on Earth. These distorted and their disadvantage remain heavily prevail with those humans who may have heavy Saturnian square and the influence of the Rubik's Cube opposition influence in the zodiac birth chart. So for spiritual clearing purposes of curses, hex, blood convent, or blood code history, see black magic. Black magic. BM, abbreviation, baby mama. The manipulation of conscious technology, the world of forces of service to self and negative ego purposes without regard to consent or consequences of other. There are many different levels of propagated of black magic or BM, baby mama situations in the hood. One may need to review satanic influence for the removal of satanic influence in the e-birth chart. That may have recorded the astral body bondage made in agreements that service to self-interest of Orion group. Take it for a grain of salt, but I'm gonna tell you what he's talking about. Hey, it's a fat ass weed. I'm gonna tell you what he's talking about, though. Here we go.
Exactly.
R. Kelly.
Come on now.
Okay.
I mean, he's a puppet. So they trying to get into the Muslim world.
Clive Davis.
Exactly. They trying to get into the Muslim world and and corrupt our world. And they and it's not just being used on that level. I mean, even up to the president. All right, let's look at it this way. All right.
What are you saying, that the president is down?
Of course. I mean, he called the shots. Him and his little circle.
Yeah.
He calls the shots.
And then we gonna get back to JK. Don't think I forgot about some church.
I don't understand. What do you think comes first? The urge to be down or the joining of the organization and finding out what you have to do to be down?
This is what it is. Right. A lot of these dudes, they want a few dollars.
Right.
So they don't really understand what's going on.
Right.
A lot of them right now wish that they didn't have to go that way.
World is in the studio, everybody. I believe that too. I've always said there's born, and then you're down, and then there's turned out for things, whether it's money or fame or whatever.
Exactly.
And
all right, let's look at
Puffy, Mace.
Exactly.
All right. Enough, right? Hold on.
Priest Ogu and Ra. I've been mentoring to him for about 2 years now. Might be a little longer than that. But when we hooked up, we just clicked. And it was like, yo, you're like the male version of me. He's also a Cancer like me, and we move on downloads. You know what I'm saying? So it's a particular, and he's an Obia man. First of all, he's an Obia man, and he's a Hoodooist, okay? Because that's his bloodline. He's from Charleston, South Carolina.
I don't give a fuck about all that, but listen to what she's saying. Now, we're going to go into the book of Eli. She already said the Cancerian aspect of the situation. I'm going to read the Cancerian aspect is the stomach, the apophy is the dispharogram, breast, nipple, lactactose, upper lobes of liver, thorax duct, pancreas, serum of blood, pretestis of the stomach, gastrofluid, pituitary. That's the physiology of what she was just talking about, but listen to what she's saying. The zodiac structural principles are both energetic and geometric blueprints, which are being aligned to the alchemical laws of God that is hosted by the aurora ray system. With astrological alignments occur through major conjoints between planetary and stellar bodies, forces of alchemy occur which alter frequency current and manifest new creation. This new cosmic alignment and chromatic scale changes the stellar architecture of how the sun transmits these influences of the zodiac and the rays system throughout our solar system. Saying is the temperature in which you come into the earth, the temperature, the environment in which you come into the earth is the way your blood pump. So Aquarius is air signs is more like Dr. Spark because they blood pump a little bit slower because they come into this earth at a colder environment. So it's devoiding from emotions. But when you come in towards the summer, that's why the earth, Taurus got the rays. It's hot as hell and his blood is pumping. His blood is starting to pump from the wintertime to the summertime. So the Taurus got a temper. He can control from night to day because, nigga, I'm coming in from, the blood is warming up. And then as it's hot, you're more locked into the emotional. You got the Cancer and the water signs, the emotional aspect. Shit, but we going into the age of Aquarius, so we slowing the blood down, but the mind still going fast as hell. These stages of transmitting alchemical forces to aid conscious evolution are qualities of which have never been previously exposed to this planet. This is allowing the alchemical laws of consciousness about evolution to be transmitted through the constellations of which are inherently a part of organic process of planetary biological ascension. I'm gonna keep going. But I gotta hit my weed, and I'm gonna let my boy talk while I go see.
You know, if you are unable to transcend your card, you're pretty much gonna fall victim to Smith. So if you are a fire sign like myself, you know, you're gonna run into energy that challenges you, or a motherfucker disrespecting you, or, you know, motherfucker talking shit to you, and that's gonna push you into your lower nature, right? So that energy is Smith. If you are a water sign, somebody gonna be fucking with your emotions or some shit, you know, not reciprocating your feelings and whatnot. If you are a earth sign, somebody gonna be fucking with your money, you know, poking at you. If you are a air sign, somebody gonna be fucking up communication with you or trying to restrict you in some kind of way, form or fashion. And this energy is what we call Smith, that energy that just put your ass right into that negative spiral. Boom, that's Smith. When I was young, I had a neighbor. His name was JL. JL was very, very, very thin. He had a heart disease, and he passed away a few years ago. So rest in peace, JL. I know you're watching this. I hope I'm doing you proud, my friend. But he used to put me on to a bunch of lit, and I was so fucking unaware back then. Like, I didn't know what the hell he was doing. But he used to put me on to a whole bunch of stuff. Like, he exposed me to like wrestling, WWE, WWF, WCW, showing me all like the action figures and the comic books. Man, I used to go over to his house. He had this big ass treasure trove trough bin of just every kind of action figure toy. Man, his sister was sexy too. She was Filipino. They were Filipino.
I don't know what you're talking
She was bad.
He going into that Leo shit. You know, he getting distracted. But let's go into what
You know why Mace left? They got dudes faking their deaths and all kinds of things. Like, this is really crazy. Exactly.
Is Tupac alive, world? I mean, because you said fake deaths, so I just want to go back.
It's a movie called Wag the Dog. Dustin Hoffman and Robert De Niro was in it. Okay. They show you in there how America fakes wars when the president is about to go through a scandal. Yes. They fake a war, all Hollywood scenes, and so you can be thrown off from the scandal, and then you know
what, world,
and when it,
my palms sweat as I talk to you,
and when it's time for the whoever the Hollywood producer they're using or whatever the people's involved, right? They gotta go, you know.
Okay, he said they gotta go. Okay, gotcha.
And coming out of that bloodline, you know what I'm saying? So when we met up, we just clicked like my spiritual brother, you know what I'm saying? And I've even had to run off a couple of chicks that I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't, if you ain't right, you know what I'm saying? Don't be trying to come in the direction of my priest. He need him a nice, you know, Oshun priestess, you know what I'm saying? You know, all these raggedy ass chicks were trying to come to, you know, get, you know, trying to come with some energy, you know what I'm saying? No, none of that. But definitely a very honest, ethical, and patient brother, you know what I'm saying? But nonetheless, don't get it twisted, you know, running with Ogu. And so I asked him a while back if he would be open to doing something for the males, because I don't want the males to feel left out, because I know there's truly great brothers out there that, you know, want to get on this path and learn how to tap in. Okay, how to move, because we're spiritualists where we move on downloads. Okay, this is not no rehearsed, you know, manufactured. This is real, live, and in living color. Okay.
Oh shit.
He had a hot tub in the backyard. But he also had a whole bunch of movies and comic books that he used to just whip out at a moment's notice. He also had all the games too. You remember Dreamcast and all that, man. Sega Genesis. Man, he got every single entertainment system known to man. Right?
Right. I got you.
And I think it's because his parents knew that, you know. But anyway.
What you say, G-Ball? What?
He exposed me to this one film that I really think hit Smith to a T.
Mm-hmm.
The movie starred Roddy Piper, and it was called They Live.
They Live.
Now, if you have not seen They Live, it wasn't like a big blockbuster. I think it was a zombie movie.
Right.
Or Carpenter, one of the two. I think it was Carpenter. Did it back in the day, like early 80s, super cheesy movie, right?
But and shit, right?
It was very, very deep. And They Live wrestled with the concept that there were these unseen entities. And the only way to see the unseen and make the unseen seen was you had to have these shades, these black Ray-Ban shades.
Right.
And Roddy Piper's character just happened to stumble upon it at this church.
Ray-Ban perception.
And
right, I guess
that is Smith, like that unseen seen energy that just be on everybody. And Smith is so ruthless. Like the higher you go in your degrees, like the more ruthless that motherfucker get. Bear with me.
Got you. You gonna bear with you. Hold on. Get your better.
So where's
that shit up? You drop.
Maybe he thinks he's in paradise.
But he's not here on Earth anymore. I'm asking you, is Tupac dead?
I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know if he's here on Earth anymore. But from what I can see,
was Tupac getting down?
From what I can see, he's around. And a few other people. But
who? Biggie? No, was Biggie?
I don't. That's what's.
Hey, you know what?
I mean, was he about to expose it? What was going on?
You and I, or not you and I, I'm pointing to Art. Art, we've talked about for ages, but I'll tell you what, I was always saying, not big.
Oh man. All right, let's.
Would Big be with Bad Boy if he was alive today?
No,
I didn't think so.
No, he was trying to do his own thing. Why would be involved in this and be under somebody?
You used to do a lot of hanging out in Los Angeles. You lived out there for a moment of your life?
No.
Okay, did you bodyguard Eve? Did you?
This dude remind me of Caroline. I bet you hear air sign. Somebody Google Lil Kim ex.
Well, this is why I'm glad to have you in here. You
these are rumors.
World Everybody is a rapper just getting a taste of a little radio airplay. We play you here at the Wendy Williams Experience. I'm very excited about talking with you today. Do you have children?
No.
Who is that woman with the fabulous boots?
I see it.
No, but who is she to you? Do you make love to her?
Personally, right?
Yes.
A Muslim man is really not supposed to have sex unless he's married.
Okay, so is that...
So if I would be making love to her, I would be married to her.
But did you have sex with Little Kim? You said technically, so...
Of course.
Yes, you did have sex with her.
Yeah.
Was that good? Can she swallow a spoon? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, was it good or was it just regular? She's just a regular woman in sex. I mean, was it circus? I mean, really?
You don't know, is she the queen bee for real?
Is she, or is she just a woman like the rest of us?
Kim is Kim. What can I say? That's Miss White Queen Bee. She's
who she is.
Do you drink champagne?
Wicked Witch Ease.
Are you still friends with her?
I mean, we cool. I don't have nothing against her. Kim is not a bad person. She's caught between the rock and the hard place. Okay. They sent her out to do something that she wasn't able to do. I'm a grown man.
As an Eastern Star, what did they send her out to do?
They try to get me to join the homo club.
Okay, I got you.
Let's go, J-Can. Let's ride, man.
Love my blood.
That's
some
God.
shit too, right? Around the corner, like they just going to town. I just feel them just chowing on me. Jeez Louise. But in the movie,
talking about right, he cool, but just keep on.
He ended up stumbling upon the glasses, man, at this cult church.
That's dude, right? That's dude. That's Lil
by
Kim.
happenstance, he ended up putting on the glasses.
World put them glasses on. Okay.
When he did, he was able to see all of that energy, kind of pushing those that can't transcend their, tarot cards, their zodiac signs, their ego.
Okay, let's see what you're talking about.
Their ego, right? That's really what Smith is, the ego.
Hold on.
Those that can't transcend their ego.
Hold on, let's see. Let's go. Okay, Apicurious is the tree nine unifier, or when we go to Raw files, he's gonna speak about the law of one. And I always wonder what about the law of love, the law of this, but if you got the law of one, all of that encompasses. So the 13th zodiac is I am Ra, encompassing all of them. Okay, so in addition with Apicurious, Apicurious, I'm gonna just say that shit, fuck it. Transmission, the divine fire water element act as a trine or a unifier between each of the squares in the combinations of 4 constellation groupings that make up the cardinal signs, fixed signs, mutable signs. In the previous cycles, the spiritual blueprint of humanity included many squares, the Rubik's Cube, the gematria, and oppositions in the birth imprint from certain planetary or constellation conjunctions that generated this harmony, discordance, and this stress, which we see now. These oppositional forces place limitations upon the spirit and result in a variety of spiritual oppressions, magnesia patterns, and karmic burdens. It is similar to say that the square oppositions or the limitations that are recorded in the geometries of the spiritual blueprint can be understood in the birth chart and are the result of the consequences of actions, unlearned lessons, spiritual purpose, and the depths of density that have been carried throughout multiple lifetimes. This is what J. Can's saying. The earth body also has its own blueprint that is made up of the collective conscious records of humanity. The angels are watching, or the streets are watching. You know, my streets is hard, public school, substitute, my real teacher was God. Play hopscotch with rocks, cops and robbers with Glocks, my first crack spot. So when incarnating into timelines on earth, we are also imprinted with the karma burdens of the collective consciousness imprints at the time of incarnation. So if it was the 70s, I am a product of the 70s, and when you're coming into the 70s, you already know 75, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm doing, trying to stay alive right now. City of Eternal Light, down the street from Fred Hampton, home, you know what I'm saying? It's in my blood, been by blood, not relation. Okay, but we're going to keep reading, and we're going to let J. Can finish it off. It is also accurate to say that Orion, NAA, had control over aspect of the 12 constellation transmissions, Saturn moon matrix, would have resulted in more extreme negative polarities in the world of forces. In order to achieve their inherent objective of control over matter forms, they intended to radically increase black stubble forces by filtering negative polarity aspects of the constellation archetypes, keeping you in your lower negative self. Cancer's in this lower negative self, Earth in a lower negative self. But it's certain qualities that they like to use versus other ones. In order to influence humanity into the negative polarity and to be used planetary dark matter from running AI machinery. In order to influence humanity into the negative polarity and to use planetary dark matter for running AI machinery. So, you know, if you ever seen Camelot, the lady say, so I heard they rolling out AI in Chicago. Oh, yeah. And they talk about it so casually, and you see what's going on. Let's talk about the Taurus alchemical spiritual healing. Just what happened to be in the book of Ally. I'm by the way as a Taurus. Through the return of the solar Christ Michael, who has embodied into the zodiac structural principle of the Taurus constellation in the 2D Stargate, the beast, the animal, two-dimensional, new Christ qualities of solar crystals, dragon frequencies. Now in my gematria, they call me the head dragon of Godzilla versus King Kong. Oh, shit, it's been fire. Okay. Black Diamond, we got the open eye Cyrus behind us, drop jewels on islands, searching dead minds of silence. Maywood's finest, we body snatchers, the last. Black Diamond. Solar crystals, dragon frequencies are reconfiguring and hearing the magnesic distortions that are in the astrological magnetic overlays. The solar Rashki, R-I-S-H-I, look it up or I'll read it for you. The Solarosky is the first triad of light manifestations that make universal trinity that are projected from the emerald order and blue flame, gold order, gold flame, and the alchemist order and the violet flame from the God source field. All of these, energies and the advanced solar stock. Okay, and that the Solarosky and advanced solar conscious utilize dragon bodies, dragon eggs, and other dragon-related forms to manifest themselves and their crystal astrological essence into the earth, keep you in that lower shit, in the spiritual autonomy and the light bodies of the angelic human. When you get to the light body, that's the etherical you, the spiritual, the light of you. You know what I'm saying? That's why they say this 50 Shades of Grey, 50 States Today. The sacral center, fuck it, or two-dimensional animal nature, chakra layer connected to the Ka spirit body, the mind, what I'm doing tonight, holds the sexual ground energies which are held in the zodiac agriculture pattern of Taurus. The sacral center and the two-dimensional chakra layer connected to the Ka spirit body holds the sexual ground energies that are held in the zodiac architecture pattern of Taurus. Egyptian. We can go back to that. I am Ra. So we say, well, what are you talking about, architecture or Taurus? And then we're going to go back to J. Ken. But while we flow it, we're going to flow. We're going to, let me show y'all what the fuck what I was talking about. Let's go right there.
In the love and in the light of our infinite creator, we have watched your group. We have been called to your group, for you have a need for the diversity of experiences and channeling which go with a more intensive, or as you might call it, advanced approach to the system of studying the patterns of the illusions of your body, your mind, and your spirit, which you call seeking the truth.
He said, don't get it fucked up. There's illusions out there, travels are seeking the truth, and people will deceive you, and you will deceive yourself. Let's go.
We hope to offer you a somewhat different slant upon the information which is always and never the same.
Now you're talking about the information I played a couple of days ago about a talk with the devil. We ain't gotta keep, so we're gonna talk to
The Confederation of Planets in the service of the infinite creator has only one important statement. That statement, my friends, as you know, is all things, all of life, all of the creation is part of one original thought. We will exercise each channel if we are able to. The reception of our beam is a somewhat more advanced feat than some of the more broad vibration channels opened by other members for more introductory and intermediate work.
So when he's talking about it, you say, well, how did that look? He's channeling through white people. Not to say nothing wrong with white people. I ain't prejudiced white or black. I don't fuck that. I ain't got time for that shit. And I don't go to motherfucking mouth. I'm in the motherfucking space with this shit. Fuck that. But I'm telling you what it is. Just like white people say, the fuck wrong with niggas? Niggas can't get mad at them for saying that, because niggas, we out here killing each other before they go on north. You got black minds. Like, this shit don't make no fucking sense to even to a nigga. So fuck that. But what he doing is challenge to white people. White people had enough balls to go ahead and make it happen just to get that information through Mickey Mouse to us. So now I am challenging this what it look like to a nigga. And see how, you know what I'm saying? I'm the nigga, so you gotta see it's very colorful, but they put it out there. That's why I sound like, you know what I'm saying? Fuck that. Let's go.
Let us for a moment consider thought. What is it, my friends, to take thought? Took you then thought today? What thoughts did you think today? What thoughts were part of the original thought today? And how many of your thoughts did the creation abide?
All right, what the fuck? Let's self-reflect. Out of, what he's saying is, man, what the fuck did you ever do? What thoughts you had today? How the thoughts was? Were they good thoughts, negative thoughts? And then what did you do with the thoughts? Did you act on the thoughts? But people are in their thoughts, so they never step outside the thought to be like, what thought have I thought today? Self-reflection. And if my thoughts are today, I smacked the shit out of the nigga, I stabbed the motherfucker, I shot at somebody, and okay, so is you living to die, dying to live? Boy, they got me confused.
Was love contained, and was service freely given? You are not part of a material universe. You are part of a thought. You are dancing in a ballroom in which there is no material. You are dancing thoughts. You move your body, your mind, and your spirit in somewhat eccentric patterns, for you have not completely grasped the concept that you are part of the original thought. We would at this time transfer to an instrument known as Don. I am Ra.
Don Juan. Let me go back to my Mansky, Joe. Let me go back to my Mansky, my bro. This nigga comes.
They fall into the pattern. They fall into Smith. And what Smith is American culture. White culture. The white male culture. the concept of keeping up with the Joneses, chasing the American dream. You know, that's the program. That's what they want you in. That's the Matrix. That's the Matrix. The Matrix is the mind of the people, the collective mind of the people, the energy of the people. But if you haven't seen They Live, like I said, it was very cheesy. It wasn't like a big blockbuster. It starred Roddy Piper and the black dude from OG black dude that played on what's the movie with Lorenz Tate, Dead President.
Right.
Dude, yeah.
Right. Lorenz Tate.
That black dude, bald head dude. But it's a good movie. You should check it out.
Right.
It became a cult classic film. It has a huge following, so check that movie out. Another good reference point movie that hits home on Smith, and this man encapsulates Smith a little bit better than They Live.
What's that?
And that was The Adjustment Bureau.
Oh, I did want to know.
If you haven't seen The Adjustment Bureau, I highly recommend. If you're into metaphysics,
listen to church.
Trying
to tell you, like talking. Hey, I'm
rolling. All this kind of stuff.
Right.
Tarot cards, etc. You want to check out The Adjustment Bureau.
Let's see what Queen got to say though.
So the downloads, back to the lecture at hand. The downloads is that we are in a frequency now of cause and effect, the principle of cause and effect, and there's a lot of changes happening on the planet. The planet, she is going through it's almost like a reset. You understand? And it's like in the biblical time, the meek shall inherit the earth. You understand? And there is big time changes that are coming. And if you black gods are not ready, you're going to be removed up off of here. First of all, the mother said to put you down because see, we have been the last thing standing between you and complete annihilation.
Yeah, but I know Mama told you to put us down. Like you talking about dog, like kill us, like put this motherfucker down.
Because it was you, that brought about all this chaos on the planet. You started it by overthrowing the divine matriarch and bringing in patriarchy. Patriarchy is your creation. I'm not even looking at the white man because the reality is he is an infant on this planet. And you taught him how to be a devil because we were the original devils. So we can't even put this on the white man because the reality is we are the parent race. We are the first race that was here on this planet. Okay.
Let's see.
How did you find out that Kim was an Eastern Star? Because in my opinion, that's something that you keep a secret until you can unfold it to somebody.
Well, she never really see what they gotta understand is that, and this is for the record, Kim never exposed nobody's private life.
Right.
Kim never exposed their secrets. So as hard as they being on her, they don't have to be because she was loyal to them. Yes. So they really should be letting her eat instead of doing her the way that they do it. Because she's not eating the way she's supposed to. She never exposed nobody's private life. She never exposed their secrets. But, all good comes from Allah. I can sit back and read through things. Because this is something that Allah blessed me with.
And what kind of things were you reading through? Did she have, how?
You can just, it's all in the livings. It's all in all they live.
So then one day, she wanted to introduce you to some people.
No, it wasn't. It didn't come out that way. Because, me, I'm always speaking out against them. These people are enemies to Islam.
Why the rap industry? There are so many other places that the Masons, the Elks, the president, so many other industries to conquer.
Because this is, Malcolm X said it. When Malcolm X said it, he said it the best.
What did he say?
He said, America has the best weapon in the world.
What's that?
It's not a bomb.
No.
It's not a gun.
No.
It's the media.
Hold on. Did he say the media? Mind slides out of the Book of Eli. It is a mind slide program that human beings completely ignore unapproved topics. Let me slow down. Or unapproved words, terms, or issues that will challenge their belief systems in the three-dimensional narrative. Fourth-dimensional talking challenges the higher, lower fourth-dimensional mind, challenges the higher fourth-dimensional. You know what I'm saying? Reality. So you got Young Pharaoh over here talking shit about Bobby Hemingway. or involved their enslavement or torture that was hidden by the AMNESIAC. Sometimes I just don't feel like it, but amnesiac barrier. Y'all got pardon me, I had a fucking accident. They fucked me up. They broke my motherfucking jaw, and I'm trying to get it. Just bear mercy on my motherfucker. So I don't tell people what the fuck I go through, but just bear mercy. I used to speak real like a motherfucking pimp. Now they got me on even if they come face to face with it. Mind slides are forms of mind control that can be implemented through the radio waves that form frequencies that transmit into a person's unconscious mind in their energetic fields. A mind slide is a holographic insert. So, sometimes I'm talking about placed in the planetary logos. You know what I'm saying? When you look up and the shorty says, "Oh, is that Jesus, Daddy?" I say, "Yeah." He said, "You want me to be like him?" I said, "Yeah." And then I had to look up and look like, hold on, man. I'm gonna pause. I'm gonna pull over and we're gonna have that conversation. Just pause this shit. I just fuck that. The fuck am I talking about? The next thing finna come out here, little mouth. So, Dad, what you mean? He for bleeding and shit. Got the problem. Why, Dad? Well, just part of the body, shorty. I was driving too fast, thinking about the bills. You talking about Jesus? Let's talk about that. No, not like that. Not that shit. Not that shit. Just fuck that. Fuck all that. Don't even think about it. That's not no. Be like me. You want to be like somebody, be like Mike. Be like me. And we're going to start there. All right, mind slides are a form of mind control that can be implemented through radio waves. No, I already passed that. A mind slide is a holographic insert placed into the planetary logos, which is that Christ shit. Then they make the streets, Martin Luther King Drive, Malcolm X Boulevard. Then the motherfucker, they make a motherfucker statue out your ass, and it's symbolic as this motherfucker try to get out the pocket. This is what happened to your motherfucking ass. All right. Planetary logos that erase and change the meaning of unapproved words, unapproved phrases, or a range of unapproved topics is what I always talking about, what I'm talking about now. But who give a fuck? Because Napoleon Hill in the Talk with Devil, he was talking about, man, if you publish this, which I did too, we gonna make motherfuckers think you crazy. I'm gonna make motherfuckers. I don't give a flying motherfucking fuck flying about when it is exposed to a person, when it is exposed to a person that has been implanted by NAA artificial machinery, artificial intelligence, artificial AI in Chicago. NAA is Orion. Now, I'm talking about aliens. Fuck it. Because you gotta hear it first from here. I'm like Bobby Hemming. Niggas gonna be telling me, oh man, yeah, I'm listening to Poe, but then they start learning and knowing what Poe know and then learn a little bit more. They think they know more than Poe. They fuck that. Just give me my props. Just be like, yeah, I learned from Poe and I got past his ass because the goal is to get past me. Please tell me what the higher fourth look like, because I don't know if I ever make it to there. But I'm in the light, you know what I'm saying, like a fucking fly. I move, think, talk like a fly. Think about that all directions like a motherfucking goddamn it. And fuck that. And alien, an example is when people talk about alien abductions and SRA or other methods of dark force mutilation methods that are ridiculed, persisted, or defamed, shamed, or promoted as lunatics to human beings that have been mind slided. This is how the victimizer software of the NAA program works. It is virtually loaded into our conscious layers of mental bodies so that humans enforce this insanity and its delusions upon our own race. It is a type of denial mind slide or inner character corruption so that we will not look at or explore topics we find hard to cope with, explain, deal with, or change. As a coincidence of this pain, avoidance, and complacency, we essentially do nothing while we watch people of our own race be ridiculed for bringing truth, tortured, starved, killed, and mutilated for no reasons. You know what I'm saying? This was going on now. Y'all got to be like, Paul, what you talking about, Paul? Hey, hold on, let me get the mute. Let me get my shit right. Y'all got me out here snapping what I'm saying. I ain't worried about this shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm like the motherfucking Black Hawk Down. I'm like that general who, when the bullets was flying, he got up. When you chase death, death run. He said, motherfucker, again. You chase death, death run. See that Smith fucking with my phone. Fucking quit playing, making that damn noise. It's organic. I ain't chasing shit. When you chase death, death run. So I said, well, Paul, how can you be chasing death with all that shit you say you got and you doing? Are you so miserable? I'm not fucking miserable. I ain't got shit to do with miserable. I'm in this world, but not others' world. So at the same time, no fear. Fear is how they get you here. Fear, shit, get up. That general died, hell no. And he got dead up in the middle of all them bullets. And the niggas who was ducking and dodging, y'all happened, got ass whacked. The Black God is back. All I can say is I fought 10 niggas. Real talk. I learned. I don't know how it happened, but it happened. I forgot shit. I did. My little cousin told me. I remember they tried to rob us. They pulled out the pistol. And I had the dope, and I had smacked the pistol with the dope in his face, and pushed him. It be shit I be forgetting. But these not more stories. These are just tales of revelation when I was asleep. Man sliding all motherfucking day. The shit I didn't know. But I heard the voices. I heard something that told me, nigga, no. When you can see more than the average person, you're not crazy. For the youngsters, if you can think faster and more average, and it's not, you're not more in tune to your lower self. You're not crazy. You're supreme. Don't let these sin off niggas spin you, man. These niggas don't go get no sleep off these murders. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker catch 14 bodies, he out sleeping. It be like Tales from the Crypt, because they come in your dreams and ask you, why did you do this? You didn't have to do this, and you wake up. And this shit be so real. And you wake up and you got the deal, and you go to motherfucking nightmares. Fuck, these niggas got nightmares. They ain't telling y'all about motherfucking hell is hell on earth. When you got 5 bodies, you can't go to God. And so you on autopilot. You got no choice but to play with the devil. Fuck out of here. Tell that young nigga Pharaoh, I'll smack the shit out of him with his suntan lotion. I'll smack him with his own suntan lotion. Bitch ass nigga don't never disrespect the elders. Fuck was I at, bro? Niggas be having you losing your train of thought. But we gonna kick with them.
We are the original Jews. We are the original Moors. You know what I'm saying? We are the originals. And really fell asleep at the wheel with all this infighting. Now that the planet is going through a reset, and she has gone through reset before in the Ice Age, wiping off the dinosaurs off the planet because they could not coexist peacefully with humans.
Some suntan lotion on.
So now there's another reset, and this, the return of the crone mother Saturn. This energy is about sickness, is where it's gonna come in at. Okay? Saturn. Let me get my trusty little specs here.
Don't take your time, sweetheart. We chill.
Rules over
get too fucked.
Sickness. Okay? Obstacles. Right. This is an age that's dealing with the ancestors. Okay? This is an age where you will have to have honor.
Dang dash.
Okay?
Right.
Adhere to the laws that are in society. And I'm not just talking about this man-made society. I'm talking about universal laws.
Okay, well, let's talk about I Am Ra. What's she talking about?
To minute pause, I am Ra. I am again with this instrument. We are close to initiating a contact, but are having difficulty penetrating a certain mental tension and distraction that is somewhat characteristic of this channel. We will therefore describe the type of vibration which is being sent.
Now, what he's going to tell you is why he channeling through this body. Like, I'm going to tell y'all what's wrong with this nigga. Before we start, I'm going to tell you where his ailment's at. And it's something like the Zodiac aspect. No, they ain't going to play with me.
The instrument will find us entering the energy field at a slight angle towards the back of the top of the head in a narrow but strong area of intensity. We are not able to offer any conditioning due to our own transmitting limitations. Therefore, if the instrument can feel this particular effect, he may then speak our thoughts as they come to him. We will again attempt this contact. I am Ra. 90-second pause. This instrument is resisting our contact.
Now see what I'm talking about. Now imagine that's what Rod telling y'all about me. Now he's like, what the fuck, you resisting my contact? Yeah. Let's go back to J. Can, then we're going to kick it back. No, let's go back to resisting contact.
This is Chuck D, Public Enemy, #1. You are listening to the best, the Wendy Williams Experience, right here. Wendy Williams and World.
When Malcolm X said it, he said it the best. He said, America has the best weapon in the world. It's not a bomb. It's not a gun. It's the media. Because they can make the guilty look innocent and make the innocent look guilty. Now look what they did with 9/11, right? 9/11 in July of 2000. Mm-hmm. The Jews bought the World Trade Center. Right. Bought the Twin Towers. Right. And they upped the insurance on it. Right. They upped the insurance on it. So 2 months later, 4,000 Jews worked in the World Trade Center. Gotcha. 2 months later, 9/11 happens, but not one Jew shows up for work that day. But then they blame it on the Muslims. And then not only that, see, it was, oh my God. They reaped a few benefits. They got the insurance. But then they also got a chance to wage war against the Muslims because Jews know the truth.
Jews now. It's all,
look, you're making my head spin now.
That she tried to play them.
Do you watch TV?
A little bit.
Do you go to the movies?
Only when it's a jewel in it.
What's a jewel?
Try to make them look crazy. Do
you drink champagne around juice, smoke blunts?
No.
Cigarettes?
No. I don't get high. I don't do any of that.
Are you currently having?
I have a Fiji water sitting here.
Got you.
Pause. Let me get my shit together before. Let me pause. This is what she doing. Mansliding his ass. He said something slick. Whitney. So what you saying is manslide symptoms. Manslide is a holographic insert that triggers sensations in the neural system that are designed to keep people ignorant and blind to what is happening to them. Many alien abductees have mind slides to deny their experience and bury it deep behind the walls of unconscious or amnestic barriers. When areas of the unapproved topic are exposed to the alien entity controlling or hosting the body, they will program the mind to slide activate when certain words, phrases, or quotes are read or spoken. Sometimes when people are injured in the body, part traumatized by suppressed alien abduction memories, they will relive the trauma experience. The mind slides are inducted into the human neurological system, which activates mind control technology to post a brain receiver. This can take the form of a mind control script, EI, that abduction never happened. It's your imagination, fears of going crazy, or play images or movies in the mind that a person or play images or movies in the mind of that person. Some of the symptoms of mind slides when exposed to unapproved words, EI, alien abduction, NAA, reptilian, satanic ritual abuse, UFO implants, mind labs, men in black, are falling asleep or feeling drowsy, nervous system athesis, feeling an electrical zap or punch to the solar plexus, like when your phone be vibrating, you ain't got the phone in your pocket. Compulsion to leave room or get away from the messenger information, feeling irritated or excessively agitated, inner or outer violence. This is how, compulsion to smoke cigarettes or self-medicate with drugs. Resistance in the form of denial, aggressive reactions, labeling the information as ridiculous. Hostile feeling is generated to verbally attack the messenger, BBB reprogramming. Invoke negative images or negative emotions to reject the information. Corrupt dream state with extreme negativity or interference in the astral state through with lucid dreaming. You know what I'm saying? Lucid world, what's the name? I know what I'm talking about. I'm going to read this and then we're going to get back into it. I'm trying to see if I should fuck that. No. Back this up. Yeah, we're going to get to you, man. Let me finish letting this nigga talk.
Are you currently having sex with the nice young lady in the room? With the beautiful smile and the sexy boots?
It's the mind slide.
And the fabulous little head.
Wow. Yes.
Mind slide.
Does she have children?
No.
Do you love her?
Mind slide shit.
Did you know her while you knew Kim?
Yes.
Were you faithful to Kim?
Of course.
Was Kim faithful to you?
Allah knows best.
No, but I can't talk with him. I'm talking with you.
I can't really.
What's her?
How you gonna ask him? How the fuck you supposed to know?
No bet that she was not faithful.
No bet.
What is her relationship with Hillary, her longtime friend and confidant, and very, very close to the cipher? And a nice woman, I might add, but I've always wondered, what's that real relationship?
You know what I mean? It's her manager, I guess.
Okay. Missy?
Yeah.
I'm just throwing names out to you.
Of course.
Mike Tyson.
You know.
Okay.
Oh, you're going to send him to Mike Tyson
James.
now?
Shut up. What are we saying?
You know what we saying. You know what you got to do.
Pharrell?
Come on now.
Shine.
Exactly.
Tommy Mottola.
Exactly. Wow, you see what he did to Michael.
Allen Iverson.
Come on now. They all part of that little secret circle. But see, what they don't see is really and it's really frustrating because they're puppets and they really don't understand what they're doing to my people. This entertainment industry money this is the same money that's being used to hurt my people, to hurt the Muslims. I mean, and it's It's
What was that stuff that was printed in the paper?
about what with me and loose change.
Yes. What is loose change?
50 cents.
50 cents.
50 cents.
I just want to be sure.
$2.
What was that printed in the paper? And I want to get into that. You went to
Those lies.
he was up there on Flex's show,
yeah,
and he was doing
Cancer.
freestyle and said some disparaging things about your then girlfriend, Little Kim.
Right.
I happened to hear that. I was on my way to a party and heard it all go down. You were downstairs waiting for her to finish the interview, or you raced there as soon as you got a phone call. No, excuse me. He was upstairs freestyling. He said some disparaging things about Kim. Mm-hmm. You met 50 and his crew downstairs.
Right.
And
No.
Okay.
Hold on.
Tell me how it went down.
No. First of all,
I'm gonna tell you how it went down. Hold on. Jay, you want anything you want to say? Tell me how it went down, Jay.
You can probably find it on 123movies.org. They might have it up there. I suggest you watch it. This movie stars Matt Damon and I believe her name is Emily Blunt and Anthony Mackie. Salute to Anthony Mackie. Shout out New Orleans. And the concept basically deals with these unseen agents.
What's happening to do right now?
Unseen agents that basically keep your life on a guided path, per se. If you don't wake up, like they just don't even know that they're there. So Matt Damon's character was actually a politician. I think he was like a senator or something, or running for senator at the beginning of the film. And
right.
His agent that got in his path happened to be a black agent.
I got them Trey come home balls, some silver china balls. Get you some.
The black agent.
This shit work. That's what you do for agents.
Damon was actually destined to become a president.
Hold on, Jay.
Destined to become the president of the state.
Hold on, Jay. Hey, y'all ever seen Boys in the Hood? When Serious Fowl was doing this. Get you some of these. That shit works. I said the mother earth slip shit like this in, and you gotta pay attention. And what happened? Trey said, "Man, yo, boy, let me out this guy."
Stayed on course.
Right,
but by chance, by synchronicity, he ended up catching a bus he was supposed to miss because his black agent, fell asleep. Irony is so very, very rich. His agent fell asleep on the job, on the park bench, glazing under the sun, right? Fell asleep, allowing Matt Damon to get on the bus that he was supposed to miss. Mind you, at the beginning of the film, when he was getting ready to do a speech, when he was running for senator or some state official, he was in the bathroom rehearsing, and he had met this girl that kind of really intrigued the hell out of him.
Spiritual laws, the natural laws that these crazy ass people on the planet are trying to abscond, to bring in their whole new set of fuckery. It's not going down. You understand?
I understand.
This is an age of responsibility.
Right.
This is an age of discipline.
Right.
Patience.
Right.
Repair. Okay?
Y'all hear the queen? Right.
And it's also an age of command.
Caboose?
Okay?
What? Say they Smith calling you. They fucking with her, y'all. She don't know nothing about.
I'm doing a video. Can I call you back?
Oh, I just went through the same shit, sweetheart.
All right. Everything, Chris? How would the blouse and skirt? Me call you back. That a girl they appear as some monkey business. Me call you back.
They're throwing the thought off, y'all. Let's see if she can get back on track.
All right.
Hold on, mama. Hold on. We got to get back to what they want. Okay, fuck.
I don't know what happened.
Let's hear this nigga. This is distracted though.
He's working with them people. So, they have people in high places. So, he was shook. I don't know what happened to him that night, but he threw my name all up in the mix. And it was him that did that. It was him that put my name all up in the mix.
And then there was a shooting going on in Jersey City at
Wendy
the
Williams and World, the Kim
X
boyfriend, aka Airshine. I guarantee you he's nigga Airshine.
I'm not with the game plan.
How do you think about what people in the hood think about your reputation? You are not
people I'm loved in the hood,
but feared.
People fear. Everybody want to do wrong and live good. Everybody want to do bad and live good. That's I'm not into that. And
let's explain what he talking about. Everybody want to live bad and do good. Let me get my shit together. Everybody want to do bad and live good. Out of the book of Eli. In Pacific, SRA targeted mind control, EI, MK Ultra or super soldier training, drill music and drill niggas, gangbanging in Chicago. Black Crows, Air Raid, Magenta Rose, Cold for show, my stone, Eckless, cold and reckless, strong and reckless. Swift unseen, like the wind before, like bumpy face gin. North altitude, move again. Right, left, right. My strategy led to death. Blood of Rome, matrix of clones. Adidas third tree torn. We praying, y'all. Pinky made of stone. Gray split gems, fresh blue sky. Dirty earth for sand. Bowl of smoke, St. Luke, choke, titanium, blue blood, cheese control with love, don't rush, guns and bones, lace 5%, a nigga with no trace, EJ sealed my face, pre-Columbian bricks was bread, made to feed the home grad, nothing said her head, individual man, undivided once again, become awakened into God, poetry shapes, dummies, hardcore raps is funny. I Ching, ring a bell, 42 confessions, flesh of Adam, built like the pyramid, Hannibal Hector, destroy your sector, army of ones, my nature, universal soldier. Nigga say army of ones, my nature, universal soldier. Army of ones, my nature, universal soldier.
However, we are sure that we are satisfied that contact with the one known as Don is not at this time preferable to that instrument. We will, therefore, move on to the one known as Leonard. Again, we caution the instrument that is a narrow-band communication which is felt as a vibration entering the aura.
You ain't trying to
go
to God?
Transfer this contact. I am Ra. 90-second pause. I am Ra. We greet you once more in the love and the light of our infinite creator. We ask that you be patient with us, for we are a difficult channel to receive.
Love.
However, we may perhaps add some dimensions to your understanding.
Right, first dimension,
at this
second
time,
dimension.
We would be glad to attempt to speak to any subject or question which those entities in the room may have potential use in the requesting. Question 1.1. Questioner, do you have a specific purpose? And if so, could you tell us something of what your purpose is? Answer, I am Ra. We communicate now. We, too, have our place. We are not those of the love or of the light. We are those who are of the law of one. In our vibration, the polarities are harmonized, the complexities are simplified, and the paradoxes have their solution.
What he's saying is, we're not the paradox of love, of light. We're the law of one. So if you're the law of one, it encompasses love and light, because to get to the law of one, you have to have love and light. So you be like, well, I want to hear the law of love and light. All right, shit, we get straight to the point. Google that shit. The law of light. Google that. Lucifer, sun in the morning. I'm gonna take you off of this earth. Lower dimensional shit. Lower fourth dimensional shit. You know what I'm saying?
We are one. That is our nature and our purpose. We are old upon your planet and have served with varying degrees of success in transmitting the law of one. Of
Atlantis. The pyramids. Just think of that when y'all hear this, when y'all hear him talk. Think of that. Atlantis, the pyramids. I'm Hotep. I'm Hotep. Ra. I'm in Ra.
Unity of
the sister that's speaking. Let me get her name right. Priestess Aset Ra. Amen. Amen. I begin.
Singleness to your peoples.
Share, like, subscribe, please. Share, like, subscribe.
We have seen the faces of your peoples. This is not so with many of the entities of the Confederation. We found it was not efficacious. However, we then felt the great responsibility of staying in the capacity of removing the distortions and powers that had been given to the law of one.
Distortions meaning this confused state. You know what I'm saying? When you see Jesus, you see him white. As a black man, it's okay for the white world, but let's, the white man don't give you a black Jesus. So why the fuck do the black man give you a white Jesus? Distortions. At least he stick for his shit.
We will continue in this until your, shall we say, cycle is appropriately ended. If not this one, then the next. We are not a part of...
Hold on, Rod. We want to talk about Rock. Well, fuck it. Let's go to Barack Obama. Fuck it.
And the Mason thing is all in the hood. So they don't like the way that I'm coming. They understand what's going on. They know who I am. They see it. You understand exactly what's happening.
People listening to this broadcast, what happens to you once you hit the streets and have to go back to,
What you mean, after this interview?
Yes.
What do you mean, what's going to happen?
What you talking about?
I mean, you're
nothing,
saying,
bitch.
World, you're saying a lot.
So?
What's going to happen?
I'm finding it very fascinating, but I'm just saying.
If you ain't hearing, I'm doing a lot.
They don't want to do that. They understand. I'm not afraid. I fear nothing but a law, and that's that. So whatever happens is what happens. But they don't want to hasten on the law, because when it happens, it's something that these people is not going to understand. They're looking for something. When they see it, they're going to wish to ransom themselves by their children. That's what the law says.
So tell me more about 50 Cent and Ja Rule.
Fuck that.
To talk about.
Right.
And Ja Rule and DMX. X?
I don't really know the situation of what's going on with him and DMX, but I know him and Loose Change.
He got mercy, man.
I'm homosexual.
Fuck that, man. Fuck, talk about what she talking about. This is what the fuck she doing to him. In the Pacific Mind Control, okay, well, no. Conscious wiping. Blank slating or conscious wiping is a term that refers to mind. Man, let me get myself right. I'm moving too fast tonight. All right. We're gonna get that blank, that mind. We're gonna get that out of there. This is what this bitch. Conscious slating, blank slating or conscious wiping is a term referred to mind wiping technology used by military personnel, usually in an organized covert operation to remove current memories or accumulation intelligences of black operative objects when the projects or person become obsolete. Blank slating this technology has also been tracked remotely to observe, that is, has been applied to planetary grid work or ley lines. When you see them structures with the bricks laid on top of the bricks by the NAA or alien in their attempt to destroy planetary conscious memories. So what they're saying is y'all gotta look at the earth. The ley lines is the points of interest when you see the bricks and certain statues and pyramids. They the ley line points like that. And this is planetary conscious memories and historical recorded of actual events on the planet. How the fuck we do not know about the giants, David, Goliath, or the dinosaurs? But it's here, but we, through blank slating the planetary conscious fields such as ley lines and horizontal networks, this render many human beings in amnesia or to have amnesia or forgetful shit and unable to recall or remember who they are and what their true origin is. This is your protection. You give yourself a purpose. The earth will protect you. The technology is very attractive. The technology is very effective on human beings that exist in the lower frequencies. That's what we're talking about in this video. I'm going to play against y'all. This is what they're saying. I'm going to play it. Lower frequencies are the three layers. Okay. This technology is very effective on human beings that exist in lower frequencies of the three layers of the ego. It is less effective from starseeds, God bodies, indigos, God bodies, and people that tend to be naturally empathetic and intuitive. You look at the birds, the chemtrails, the stars, the clouds, the wind. You see the squirrels play them little games where they run in the street and run back under the Russian roulette. Them the GDs, whoever can do that enough times and come close to the Titan and go back, that's the biggest GD. This happens on the earth to people without their informed consent or quiet often. Let me say, this happens on the earth to people without their informed consent quite often. And what I mean about the squirrels is those are the souls of dead niggas. There's so many niggas down there. The God got to place these motherfuckers somewhere else in obscuratory or oblivion to hold until they find them a body to fit in, because there's too many niggas dying. So God is putting them in squirrels, and the squirrels around my house, like I say, I don't got niggas. So my reality shifted because I said, fuck this, God body supreme. So instead of niggas standing outside my house, I got squirrels outside at my house hiding nuts and shit. And they gangbang for nuts. They had nuts and gangbang for nuts. And it's beautiful. The dead souls of niggas, but they polite. They get out the fucking way when I walk out tonight. Quit playing, man. Y'all heard, but what I was saying, we finna get into blanks. This is what I meant.
That's what they be. They're both dealing with the same dude.
What are some examples of Mason lyrics, like lyrics from Kim or Busta, or
you want to put CD on?
I would love to listen to a little something. Oh, it's a Jay-Z CD.
It's Reasonable Doubt.
Okay, we're gonna listen. No, what song should we listen to from Reasonable Doubt?
We're gonna listen to what's that number? Their presidents,
you
their
know,
presidents' money.
You
Let's look at
already
the presidents.
know.
Let's look at what they call their forefathers. They was all Masons. And you have to be a Mason to be a president. So he's out for presidents to represent. Dudes is down with that, man. And they direct enemies to my people. And before we go any further with music, let's bring the people up to date so they can understand what I'm saying and they don't think I'm crazy and they can understand what you're saying.
All right, we can understand what he's saying. Let's go. This my boy Dead Prayers, and I'll be back. Give me a second, y'all. I'm gonna go take care of it. Lock with me though.
Presidents to represent me. I'm out presidents to represent me. I'm out presidents to represent me. I'm out every old presidents to represent me.
Well, I was spit that wonder rhyme shit. Me and my conglomerate shall remain anonymous. Caught up in the finest shit. Live out my dreams until my heart get bound and what we dream. You know exactly what this shit's about. Fuck y'all mean. Handling since a teen, not this shout. Like the point guard of your favorite team, without doubt. My life ain't rosy, but I roll with it. My mind was fine to the dough hit it and told me that the mold did it. And now it's kosher shit is so acidic. I blow a digit on the diamond in a minute, but no bitches. Watch how I'm walking, cause even the thoroughness niggas be knocking, trying to strike a bark and hoping that they might get pardoned. Shit, I'm involved, we got me pins and needles. And my cerebral beats, the wicked is evil. Thoughts that the sport to feed you. Be back in the game so deep, things can catch ya. Freeze off my kneecap, can y'all believe that? Got the city drinking crystals, we up the feet. Rappers going broke, trying to keep up with me. My rise the richest.
Godspeed TV in here. Jay-Z, Dead President. Just doing it on the lighter side today. We got my boy J. Can in the house. K. Blau, shouts out. Native Minds Productions. SFL Entertainment. SFL Productions. No Shoe Entertainment. HoodX.com. Tonight's show was brought to you by HoodX.com. Let's go, Jay-Z.
So sick of niggas. I want money like Cosby, who would? This is kind of talk that make me think you probably ain't got no footing. Niggas got them kind of dreams from jail. You in the streets, nigga, make your moves, get your mail. Niggas are coasting the SL, but can't post bail. Niggas are roast the L, but scared to throw your toast. Well, I'm here to tell niggas it ain't all swell. It's heaven, been in hell, niggas. One day you're cruising in your 7, next day you're sweating, forgetting your lives. Alibis ain't matching up, bullshit catching up. Here with the Rico, they repo your vehicle. Everything was all good just a week ago. About to start bitching, ain't you? Ready to start snitching, ain't you? I forgive your weak ass, hustling just ain't you. Aside from the fast cars, honeys that shake me, ass and bars, you know you wouldn't be involved with the underworld dealers, carriers of Mac Millers, East Coast bodies, West Coast cap pillars, little monkey niggas turn gorillas. Stopped in the station, filled up on octane, and now they're not sane and not playing. That goes without saying, slaying, digging and dig out with money playing, then they play you out. Trying to escape my own mind, lurking the enemy, representing infinity with presidencies, you know.
Alright now, fitting that we all playing games here, being that we all players, you know. Monopoly is the perfect game for it, you know. Right? You know, somebody they gotta pay, you know what I'm saying? But you know what we gonna do, man? We gonna stop this game, man. We gonna play for real, man. Let's get it on, man. Now let's lock this all down.
This is your boy Ben Real. We're gonna go to a whole another universe, and this is Ben Real explain Samson and Delilah from every woman in the Bible. Courtesy of HoodX.com.
Samson was morally and spiritually weak. His feud with the Philistines, who dominated the Israelites in the 11th century BC, was rooted in personal animosity rather than a passion to free his people. Hi, I'm Ben Real. We're reading out of Every Woman in the Bible. It's available on Amazon, by the way. Might be link, might not.
Nigga, hurry the fuck up, man.
We're exploring the Samson and Delilah avatars.
Right.
Okay. So, they're talking about Samson's relationship with his mother. This is real interesting.
What you do like that? Who name it?
While the biblical text gives us little insight into Samson's mother's relationship with his son, we do gain insight into her relationship with God and with her All right. It says that she was sterile and remained childless. It's impressive that the most significant women of the Bible remained childless for long periods of time before giving birth. In almost every case, the children produce significant roles of playing God's plan for His people.
Okay, right.
A lot of our sisters out here having children, but they childless. They childless, But I'm saying childless. You know, you have a lot of real put together sisters, man. They're like 30s, 40s out here. Ain't got none, man. These might be just
okay.
Bye.
Yeah, hang up, sweetheart.
Family.
That's what the queen.
Anyways,
you heard what Ben Real said.
What the mother wanted to, first of all, you are the father of civilization.
Okay.
And to be honest, I have no dogs in this fight. I really don't care.
Big dog.
Okay, I have done
big dog.
a good job of raising good sons. Okay. You know, my son Amon Ra is going to be an asset.
Okay,
He's spoiled. Very spoiled.
Benita.
And his wife, you know, whoever she is going to have to live up to the standards that I've set. Okay? Because he's very spoiled, but he's going to be a good man in that he's hardworking. He's very mature. He's very responsible. And even though his father and I did not work out because his father was a Cancer like me, we both got a moon in Scorpio, but it was an extremely volatile relationship.
I can imagine.
And I played my part in that. So I'm not going to put it all on his father.
No, don't even go there.
Because a lot of it was attributed
but this whole bit, this ain't what the video about,
sister. Me just being the hot-headed Jamaican and he's a hot-headed Trinidadian. You know what I'm saying? But I never kept him from his son. I always made sure that they had a good relationship. And he's...
let's see what you're talking about. It ain't this.
In almost every case, the children produce a significant roles of playing God's plan. So basically, he said, "Hey, you can't eat no grapes, you can't eat no watermelon, man."
He told her.
Man, come on now.
He told her that to be.
Love grape Kool-Aid and watermelon. I don't know if they had ancient Kool-Aid, Israelite Kool-Aid, but if they did,
you a cancer nigga. This is the cancer nigga talking.
She followed instructions.
She got body, boy.
Fast forward, they say the text tells us that Samson's father and mother tried to counsel him against seeking a wife amongst the Philistines, but Samson saw a woman he desired. It's clear that the parents were in harmony and urged Samson to marry an Israelite. Samson was not to be deterred by his parent. As an adult, Samson was guided by his passion rather than by wisdom.
Is this what he's talking about? Let's see.
He's an excellent father. I can't throw no shade on him. He was an excellent father. Always been there for his son. So I don't have a beef with him.
Fuck that. Get out your emotions.
And so, you know, I have done my job. I have been on my job to make sure my sons did not get sexually molested.
Oh, here we go.
As probably 7 out of 10 males have been. That
why we gotta throw that in there?
Never had any crazy men come in and abuse them.
Why we gotta? That's just totally
men running in and out of my house every week. It's a different dude.
Then I thought.
So then they get off into Delilah. They said Samson had shown himself to be an implacable enemy of the Philistines, although he had not led any organized resistance against them. Samson himself had fought and killed hundreds of them. Because of Samson's great physical strength, no Philistine force had been able to overcome him. But Samson was morally weak, a victim of his passion for women. Today, we would call Samson sexually addicted, a person unable and unwilling to exercise self-control. When Samson began an affair with a woman named Delilah, the Philistines saw an opportunity to learn the secret of Samson's strength. They offered her a fortune to discover the secret and betray it to him. Sounds familiar, don't it? Delilah, eager to sound like an episode of Empire, don't it? You know what I'm saying? Delilah, is Cookie Delilah? Let's talk about that in the comments. Is Cookie Delilah? Okay, so, man, the times when Samson slept, Delilah tied him and then awoke him with the cry that the Philistines were upon him. Each time Samson easily broke free, ready to fight. But with each fresh lie, Delilah complained, insisting that if Samson truly loved her, take her veil, he would confide in her. Finally, Samson gave in to her constant nagging and told her the truth. The secret of his strength lay in the fact that as a Nazarite, an agreement his mama made. See, he strayed away from the archetype that you usually have all the tools you need right in front of you.
Good look, broski. Good look. I see you, because I see.
You know what I'm saying? And I lived quite a good life in front of my sons because I wanted them to respect me. Okay? Okay.
Say it. Smell.
And so,
cut your phone off. Don't answer the motherfucker.
It is what it is.
Why they call me? What? Cut it off.
Everybody seemed to be calling me today.
Because we just was really talking about Smith distraction. You don't even, you all off into the wrong shit. Focus.
The mother wanted me to come and give this download.
Well, give it.
We are in the era of sickness where a lot of y'all are going to be moved off the planet because you're not in alignment. And it's basically, to break it down in the simplest term, is evolve or die.
Native mind.
If you are not in alignment, you have no purpose here. Because you have done so much damage on this planet. Now, we ain't talking about no other race. We're talking about in-house stuff. Okay? Where you have treated these sisters so bad.
Oh, shit.
You have been terrible fathers. You've been terrible husbands. You've been terrible boyfriends. You've been terrible sons.
This ain't what Saturn talking
you know what
about.
I'm saying? I mean, just the violence that exists amongst you all.
Right.
You know, I took, for instance, the recent young rapper that died, King Von, also killed by another young black man. And they put out his death picture, and when I looked at him laying on the table, chopped open, and just all his organs, of course, was harvested and him just stitched back up. And on the table laying there, he looked like a comedic god.
The time while Samson slept, Delilah let a man slip in and cut off his braids. Samson lost his strength, was captured by the Philistines, and blinded. Delilah was a calculating woman. She was aware of the power of sexuality gave her and was quick to use sex for personal gain. So we kind of got a blurred line kind of with Delilah and Jezebel. We're going to get into it.
Right.
Literally for some of y'all, not me.
Look that shit. That's what's up in there.
Delilah was more than willing before he slipped.
Godspeed
Delilah
TV.
was more than willing to let Samson
Like, share, subscribe, comment, please say something. I don't care if it's fucked up, just say something. Like, fuck you, nigga. I don't like none of your shit. Say something.
Until next time. Tune in to HoodX.
All right, then, bro.
Look up.
I bet you still out there using our shit, talking about it's your shit. Get your ass out of here. It's my boy, J Can.
And she kind of hit him with a dose of kind of like reality. And it really made him start to change his mindset and like shift his paradigm in what he was really doing it for. And they had a brief exchange, and she left a lasting impression on him. And then you fast forward till he gets on the bus, and boom, there she goes. She's right there on the bus. So instantly he's right back in lust. And
I'm talking about
you just see these agents just do the most out fucking rageous shit to disrupt his reality, to put him back to sleep and put him back on course. But his will was so strong. It's such a dope ass movie. Look, they did fucking everything. And mind you, he was giving up his dream for her, but he didn't know that until later on that she was giving up her dream as well for him. So it was very, very deep, very, very complex. And like they went so ruthless on him, like they had to call in the wolf, like they had to call in the big dog to come in and like really hit him with Smith is ruthless. And it got so bad with Matt Damon, man, like his character was just fucking cunning.
Okay, let's see what he was dealing with. Out of the book of Eli, Alternative Personalities. Consciousness wiping is effective at creating programmable alters or alternate identities in other dimensions, which are used to perform a variety of tasks for the NAA aliens or Orion and the Cabals, what World was just talking about in Wendy Williams. Sexual slavery is usually programmed into one or more alternates, in so that the negative alien or human controller can maintain full mind control over the person's conscience, therefore have complete access to the body through the bioneurology. That's what they talking about, Gucci Man, and handlers. And they say who got who, a handler. They was trying to put that on Quavo, had him a handler. He like, bitch, get the fuck out of here. Produce alternates and sub-personalities to take control over the body. In severe cases of mental splitting, when the extreme pain drives a person into disassociation, at the moment the person disassociates from their body and the soul psyche manifests coping mechanisms to survive. To disassociate from the painful trauma, you got mad at FPD Duck laying down there downtown at the Gold Coast, bleeding with his gold chain on, his shorty's clothes right there, a pocket full of money, a record deal, and he's finna die. To disassociate for painful trauma felt in the body, the soul and the mind were split into sub-personalities or create alternate identities. These are called alters. Disassociation and hidden alters with demonic binding are especially common in the rape cases and with extreme physical brutality or violence. The alters are hidden in the unconscious mind by the fear of the inner child, which acts to protect the conscious mind or the physical body from perceiving any more painful trauma. Many times people cannot remember exactly what had happened to them until they have another major injury or are hypnotically regressed or brought into alternate states of consciousness. It is common for a person to remember what happened to them many years later because they have blacked out the time period where the extreme trauma abuse had occurred. Many people ignore past extreme traumas because they feel pressure to survive in the world. Alters can be unintentionally created from splitting during any kind of traumatic event or specifically created or programmed as identity attachments that have certain belief systems. Alters that are programmed with specific belief systems can perform certain functions automatically and unconsciously when they are triggered into the specific behavior. Alternate identities are used in programming minds when blank slating or conscious wiping methods are used. People that have many alters also have many satanic bindings to their alters, and they lose control over many aspects of their own mind, body, and soul. As a result, this is what the world is talking about. Most people are not aware that they have sub-personalities. They following shit, they don't know what the fuck going on, and yet it is extremely common on the planet Earth. The sub-personalities are what are easily suggestible to forms of mind control programming and will act out these behaviors when they are triggered to do so. Let's see. Hold on. When they are triggered to do so. Where we at? They ain't finna throw me off. Watch how I get right back on. When they are triggered to do so. Fuck it. The sub-personalities are what easily suggestible. This alter is generally also being manipulated by a negative entity or satanic forces or the Baphomet. There are black military programs that create assassins to kill on command, aka Chirac, the war in Chicago, what's going on, rolling out AI technology using trigger words, music, based upon SRA programming methods of spiritual abuse. These can be partial. So when they say spiritual abuse, you got King Von DeLeo under the same act that your boy, the other Leo that got shot. What's his name? And if you notice, the one that got shot, he was on the ground at the marathon. They fucking with my mind, so y'all know who the fuck I'm Nipsey Hussle, right? Calling on this shit, Nipsey Hussle, and he got shot. But if he laid there, he'd have made it. But he was talking shit under the ego, and dude came back, shot him again. Same thing, King Von. King Von, no, he could have whipped this nigga ass. He could have had this nigga say, "I'm sorry." All you had to do is say, "You sorry" to Lil Reese and everything cool with the ego, and he jumped his ass out and got shot. This can be partial attachments made to programmable trigger words. No, basically in that aspect, they go Condorando, trigger word. These can be partial attachments made to made to programmable altars or full negative spirit possession. He was sitting in the car high off the Molly. He didn't know what the fuck to do, but the Molly took over, the highness took over. A person with hidden altars created through trauma abuse, we know this nigga been abused, can easily flip-flop between many different profiles of personality. King Von. That they show as a mask to public. Essentially, they are actors and actresses in a movie that is being directed by negative spirits and satanic forces in which they are not aware they are participating in. That's why he jumped his ass out there. Con spirituality would told his ass, like, man, I ain't got time for that shit. Nigga. We already going through something with a little dirt, and we shot this nigga already. And in Atlanta, they gonna crucify your ass. When the human soul is fractured in this way, it allows them to be easily used for parasitism. Let's read parasitism. In a negative polarization, people that are STS express harm in order to learn higher truths that help them evolve. Yet what is referred to in this context is that there is intentionally torture of living things that is used for personal entertainment, parasitism, or slavery, or as it happens to her. Go ahead, Jay, take it.
And he was with it. They had to just reason with him. They was like, yo, look, man, like, we unseen agents, look, our fucking black agent fell fucking asleep, so they put the shame on the brother. He got his head down like, fucked up, fucked up boss. You know what I'm saying? And they had to just be like, look, man, before they told Matt Damon they had, a huddle, they was like, look, man, look at this charts, man. This dude, these questions, man, they gonna run in his brain forever. He ain't gonna never stop. He gonna always try to find the truth, and it's gonna fuck up what we doing. They gonna find out. Because he gonna raise a suspicion, because he's just that knowledgeable. He's gonna seek it forever. It's like a burning flame. It kind of reminds me of myself, man.
But didn't know he was a god. I was watching a program the other day, and on YouTube, you can find it, you understand, and seeing the little boys over in Pakistan being raped, that have been raped by these grown-ass men, okay, that are supposed to be Muslims. You understand? And you have the little boys dress up dancing, and you're raping them. I done talked to soldiers that were so distraught, suffering PTSD, went over there and heard these little boys screaming, being raped, but they can't intervene because, of course, they're American soldiers. You can't intervene in overseas stuff. You're already over there fighting a war. You can't get involved in stuff. And having to deal with that, what kind of boys are they going to be? That's been raped and abused by men, and nobody is doing anything about it. Then you have grown-ass men going to Thailand having sex with children.
That the opposite polarity, which would be another aspect of the same thing, would be. So the feminine principle now becomes the vessel in order to consolidate and to actualize and to amalgamate intent. The feminine principle is the point of reference for intent. It is the same thing on the opposite scale. So every intent in matter needs a containment to incubate within. The feminine principle is the incubation principle for intent and for all possibilities, all probabilities. She holds the chaos principle as well as the neutral principle that can be molded and formed. That's why she, if she's in her basic sense, she has a very difficult time focusing or becoming too oriented towards what we would do.
Nobody is doing anything about it. The mother is tired. She's tired. And then you have these deviant, depraved perverts trying to bring in, trying to make pedophilia legal. Like, oh, it's a sexual preference. Yo, we're going to burn down this blood clot before that coming. No, we will burn down this pussy clot and everybody have a dead. We're not dealing with that. We're not co-sign that. You understand? It's like you got a certain fraction of depraved, demented, that want to bring in like this Sodom and Gomorrah, Caligula, this filth, this abomination. We are going to have to clean up this planet.
This would be boring in some sense to them. Whereas their minds take on 6 and 7 different directional places, and they can feel very comfortable with all 6 of those directions because they're constantly looking for information by which to be molded, by which to feel like they can participate, to feel needed, to be paid attention to. That's why a woman needs so much attention. Matter needs attention for it to be fulfilled. The purpose of matter is to be formed, is to be activated. So she constantly seeks attention. She dresses herself for attention. She is that point of reference for intent to join. And once intent takes attention and adjoins it with that need that the feminine principle needs to have, she carries what the alchemists call the drive of matter.
You, the black man, you're going to have to step into your rightful role as a god, as a king. A lot of y'all in the conscious community running around talking about you a god, you a king. No, but you don't conduct yourself like that. Crazy ass Hebrew Israelites. You understand that you abuse women. I have yet to see a woman that come out of that order that was not traumatized, suffering from PTSD, dealing with them crazy ass Negroes.
Or the pull, or the intensity of matter. Matter
you see the intent?
Calls you to participate in it in order to continue it. Matter, by its very presence, sets up a resistance to the pull.
Godspeed TV, like, share,
it sets up
subscribe.
a negative polarity to the pull of the one, or else it would just come back to the one. By the very existence of matter, do you set up a field of resistance to the pull of the one. She sets up the resistance to that reality. She is the resistor in the electrical component.
You understand? You're not going to have an opportunity to abuse the women anymore. You understand? You are going to have to clean up your filth. Stop focusing on other people's filth, because if you want to see the change in the world, you got to be the change. And the mother is now getting ready to wipe a lot of y'all. A lot of y'all are being wiped off the planet. And I'm talking about the nurses that are in my circle, that are on the front line. I just had a sister that commented on one of my videos. Her cousin, 20-something years old, going into the hospital now. His heart is only functioning 15%. 15%. And he has no prior health issues. You remember a while back, a young brothers dropping dead on the football field. Just dropping dead. You understand what I'm saying? No, y'all gonna get it right, because mother's getting ready to sweep a lot of y'all off. So I'm trying to sound the alarm, because we are in karma now. Karma. And the sins of the father has fallen on the heads of the children.
Yeesh. But he wasn't gonna stop. So he was like, dude, we gotta just fucking at the end. Sometimes you gotta reason with a person and see how he bends to reason. So they tell him the truth. They're like, look, man, the agent, our boy fucked up, son over there fucked up. You wasn't supposed to see that shit. We're gonna need you to fucking pay attention. Now we're gonna fucking zap your brain and you're gonna turn into a fucking vegetable. Of course, Matt Dame didn't listen. And, toward the end of the movie, you just gotta watch it. But it's a really, really, really good movie in regards to trying to explain Smith.
Adjustment Bureau.
He ruthless. He ruthless as fuck, and he's not going anywhere. And they can. He's another good movie to watch. That kind of hits it, because Smith can jump body to body. Like, you have to understand that your enemy is all one person. Like. It's only one energy. It's just jumping the body. It literally can go from body to body. For those that are in their lower nature, it can attack anybody. And he loves to attack your loved ones. Another movie that kind of hit this, so we went they live, which give you the glasses. If you have the glasses, you can see the unseen and make it seen. You know, we talked about the adjustment barrel. Another film that kind of breaks this whole concept down is Falling with Denzel.
Those entities that take on a consciousness based upon those components are short-lived because that particular component, fear, hatred, is not the original source form energy. Because they say that the first source form energy is love. Exactly, that offshoot, or how we began to think or began to have been manipulated by second generational entities from Lucifer's crew. Because remember, the first generational entities of Lucifer's crew were those so-called angles of light, energies, quantum components of photonic energy that became angles of light or angels of light that left the core source of light in order to find its way within that darkness that they call matter. From that point, there was this manipulation by the Luciferian complex of all of those peripheral light sources, and they began to create life form energies and thought processes of their own. But
what was the deity's name? Exazel. That entity that just kept jumping from body to body, that same energy, and it looked crazy in real life because it's just Denzel just looked like he fighting and killing just random ass fucking people, kids, and fucking fighting people in black. He just fucking murking people all over the film, fucking up people, and it just looks retarded.
And that's just in line for us. It's in line for other people too. Because let me tell you something. There is downloads we got for the Middle East. That was like ancient Mesopotamia. That is now modern day Iraq, Pakistan, all them places. And all this debauchery going on over there. You know, in Dubai, all of this stuff, you know, where people dress up and act like they're so righteous and holy, and all this depraved deviancy going on. No, the mother, get ready. Listen, if she have to destroy that whole place where it sinks, where there's a massive earthquake that everything sinks into the sand.
Sound like
it's
the
coming.
building collapsing.
She is going to split Africa in half. Got downloads about there too. She's going to split it in half. All the wickedness that's being done to the children. And nobody does anything. Boko Haram going in, killing 350 people that look like you.
Right.
And this has been going on.
Go too, right?
When Moses said, let my people
Black
go.
Lives Matter?
He was talking to the Egyptian. This is black on black crime.
Black Lives Matter was Moses?
It can't go on anymore.
Okay, I ain't gonna fuck with
you. understand?
Yeah.
And we did this. We started this.
I see.
Just 1 second. Scream at my son. I'm in. All right, I just had to lay some threats on him.
But they found that in order to live, they had to parasite another entity by creating hate energies and fear energies. And when those radiate, they then suck and then they energize and take that form. So they will learn to manipulate your thought process. Excuse me. By getting into your energy frequencies and becoming part of your thoughts, making you think thoughts that would be relevant to their survival.
There is stuff that's coming for every part of the world. These perverts going to these countries and people selling their children. We're not protecting the children. Crimes against children can no longer go unpunished. I was watching the news. I saw two brothers that intercepted a little 10-year-old girl abducted by another brother who's a sex offender.
Thereby activating certain atomic, molecular, photonic energies within you through the manipulation of your emotions. Those emotions now create chemical signatures, which then create ambient light energies, because you're a creator and you create via the consolidation of light.
almost as if you got to think about it like when you in a car, right? When you in your car and you driving, you minding your business, like you might even be radio off if you like me, just kind of just like totally aware of what's going on, man. Especially on Smith Day when it's fucking just hella energy, hella traffic, hella noise, ambulance. It's just crazy on Smith Day. Chaos. But if you just focus and you're aware, you might look to your left or to your right and you might see somebody on their cell phone, the mobile device. Like Smith is always in technology. Straight up. That's his lane right there. Technology is Smith. So you might glance over from your car and you might see somebody on their cell phone. Or you might see them on the corner on their cell phone just going crazy. Going cussing, like belligerent. Now, you understand that there's somebody on the other end of that phone that's triggering that reaction. But just imagine if you was like an alien foreign to this planet and like you don't know that this thing that they talking into in their hand is a fucking phone and there's somebody actually on the end of that shit. Like, hey, imagine how bugged the fuck out you would be if you just seen a motherfucker just talking into their hand. Like, imagine like dogs. Right. Like your dog, when your dog see you fucking like jamming out to a Bluetooth headset and the dog can't hear shit, he like, what the fuck? Or like going nuts on your fucking baby mama or your fucking family or your friend going nuts on some goddamn water signs or some shit like that. I'm talking shit to some fire sign, miscommunicating with a goddamn air sign or fucking trying to take a goddamn fucking earth sign money, their pinnacles and shit. Like when you in that moment, the dog is fucking looking at you.
Yet still, this was one of my soulmates. But I wasn't going to be with that crazy Negro because I would have killed him. And matter of fact, I did go to the cemetery for him. And when he had slit my throat, the doctor said if the knife had went an eighth of an inch more, I would have been dead. And so, you know, I carried around that horrific trauma that he did to me for 17 years. And in that 17 years, I ended up getting married, you know, to my second husband, Pedro. And Pedro's uncle used to get him drunk and molest him. You understand? When he was a child.
These all the stories. Take over, bro. Y'all
talking to the goddamn phone.
That's why.
And that's what this shit is, man. Like this is what Smith is. I mean, that's why I fuck with, you know, metaphysics. That's why I fuck with comedics, because it'll allow you to see Smith. Like, but even with you seeing Smith, like I said at the beginning of this, like that don't mean that you can conquer that motherfucker. Like he's still getting me.
I did not know this until, you know, after, and to this day he's self-medicated. And, you know, Pedro loved me, but I did not have the capacity to love him back because I was so angry and I was so enraged at the stuff and what had happened to me. First of all, I had no business being married.
Often, fire sign like today, Smith come at you. Like today is Smith Day, mind you. I'm overstanding that shit from the gate. I'm up early, jumping into Smith ass, hitting push-ups.
For tomorrow, right?
You know what I'm saying? Early.
And the push-ups.
Early this morning. Because yesterday, I got a call about 5 p.m. from my wife, another fire sign. And she's all upset. I'm like, baby, calm down. What's up? And she was like, well, I just got off the phone with Caleb's school. It's probably about 4:30. My son usually gets home about 4:30. So he hadn't got home yet. I was sitting out in the garage, watering the yard. And I was like, what's up? She was like, well, Caleb got in an incident at school. Mind you, my son is a Gemini, air sign. And he just be with the fuck shit. Just very mischievous, you know. And I know he don't really be listening, especially if it's a female. He had that really, really bad. So I'm thinking he got into it with like a kid or something, you know. But she was like, or he just did something. Wouldn't be the first time.
From the avatar, you look like a fool. The diamond is worthless. You've been played. okay? And y'all constantly being played, spending all these millions of dollars. Diamond is worthless. Look it up. Do the research. It's a worthless piece of carbon. Back in the day, the De Beers and them, okay, did all this to orchestrate, to inflate the price of diamonds and to create this whole thing around it like it's actually worth something. Ridiculous.
If I can consolidate light and create it in the form of hate energies,
diamonds, right?
Energy, I would be able to feed. So I would cause you to hate this brother or act like this is. I create illusions that put the realities in place that would make you hate, want to kill, want to release the light of sentient entities so I could feed. That's why battlegrounds, where there are thousands of dead people, if you were to go there with the open first eye, you would see this almost grayish haze sitting over the top of the battlefield. That's all the light emanating or leaking from the dead and the dying. And then you would see all these entities just feeding, would be a smorgasbord.
Time and thus are able to be with you in any of your times. Does this give you enough information from which to extract our purpose, my brother? Question 1.2. Questioner, yes. Thank you. Ra, we appreciate your vibration. Is there another query? Question 1.3. Questioner, I've heard of the name Ra in connection with the Egyptians. Are you connected with that Ra in any way? Answer, I am Ra. Yes, the connection is congruency. May we elucidate? What do you not understand? Question 1.4.
Yeah, that's what the fuck you talking about, man.
Questioner, could you give me a little more detail about your role with the Egyptians? Answer, I am Ra. The identity of the vibration Ra is our identity. We as a group, or what you would call a social memory complex, make contact with a race of your planetary kind which you call Egyptians. Others from our density made contact at the same time in South America and the so-called lost cities, where their attempts to contribute to the law of one. We spoke to one who heard and understood and was in a position to decree the law of one. However, the priests and peoples in that era quickly distorted our message.
You sound talking about Jesus?
Robbing it of the, shall we say, compassion with which unity is informed by its very nature. Since it contains all, it cannot harbor any. When we were no longer able to have appropriate channels through which to enunciate the law of one, we removed ourselves from the now hypocritical position which we had allowed ourselves to be placed in. And other myths, shall we say, other understandings, having more to do with polarity and the things of your vibrational complex, again took over in that particular complex.
Vibrational complex, your vibration, high low, society complex, the matrix.
Does this form a sufficient amount of information, or could we speak further?
You don't know the right questions I asked, but fuck it.
Is there another query? Question 1.6. Questioner, the question was lost because the questioner was sitting too far from the tape recorder to be recorded. Answer, I am Ra. Consider, if you will, that the universe is infinite. This has yet to be proven or disproven, but we can assure you that there is no end to yourselves, your understanding, what you would call your journey of seeking, or your perceptions of the creation.
God body, infinite knowledge, supreme understanding.
That which is infinite cannot be many, for manyness is a finite concept.
Everybody can't hold this knowledge, because everybody is a finite concept.
To have infinity, you must identify or define that infinity as unity. Otherwise,
unity, God body. That's why I say, how can a motherfucking young pharaoh disrespect the elders and he practiced the law of one? If you on the Masonic files, quit playing, nigga. Your suntan lotion. Wait a minute, you're not even white. Why you got on suntan lotion?
The term does not have any reference or meaning. In an infinite creator, there is only unity. You have seen simple examples of unity. You have seen the prism which shows all colors stemming from the sunlight. This is a simplistic example of unity. In truth, there is no right or wrong. There is no polarity, for all will be, as you would say, reconciled at some point in your dance through the mind, body, spirit complex, which you amuse yourself by distorting in various ways at this time. This distortion is not in any case necessary.
Mind, body, spirit complex, the Holy Trinity.
It is chosen by each of you as an alternative to understanding the complete unity of thought which binds all things. You are not speaking of similar or somewhat like entities or things. You are everything, every being, every emotion, every event, every situation. You
time without time, the is, the always, the will be. FBG Duck still alive.
are unity. You are infinity. You are love, light, love. You are. This is the law of one. May we enunciate this law in more detail? Question 1.7. Questioner, no. Answer, I am Ra.
Okay, cool.
Is there another query at this time?
I would ask another question.
Question 1.8. Questioner, can you comment on the coming planetary changes in our physical reality? Noise of cassette tape being flipped. Answer, I am Ra. Okay. I prefer to wait till this instrument had again reached the proper state of depth of singleness or one-pointedness before we spoke. The changes are very, very trivial.
And what he's saying is this man vibration, electrical spinal cord situation cannot hold this information. And if he displayed this information to this electrical situation, then he might black the fuck out. So we need somebody else to channel. I wish I was sitting right there, goddammit.
We do not concern ourselves with the conditions which bring about harvest. Question 1.9.
Okay.
Questioner, if an individual makes efforts to act as a catalyst in general to increase the awareness of planetary consciousness, is he of any aid in that direction, or is he doing nothing but acting upon himself? Answer, I am Ra. Right. We shall answer your question in two parts, both of which are important equally. Firstly, you must understand that the distinction between yourself and others is not visible to us. We do not consider that a separation exists between the consciousness-raising efforts of the distortion which you project as a personality and the distortion which you project as another personality. Thus, to learn is the same as
alters. Just what I was talking about, alters. He's talking about alters now. Which one is you? Who are you really?
To teach, unless you are not teaching what you are learning, in which case you have done very little or no good. This understanding should be pondered by your mind, body, spirit complex, as it is a distortion which plays a part in your experiences at this nexus.
Sometimes you get so how you teach, you start learning. You teach, you learn. You teach, you learn. Meaning is when you teach from the question that the person asks, you learn. Teach learning is the most beautiful cipher to be.
To turn to the second part of our response, may we state our understanding, limited though it is. Group individuated consciousness as that state of sharing understanding with the other distortions of mind, body, spirit complexes, which are within the evident reach of the mind, body, spirit complex, individual or group.
Which is what we're doing now, Godspeed TV.
Thus, we are speaking to you and accepting both our distortions and your own in order to enunciate the laws of creation, more especially the law of one. We are not available to many of your peoples, for this is not an easily understood way of communication or type of philosophy. However, our very being is hopefully a poignant example of both the necessity and the near hopelessness of attempting to teach. Each of those in this group is striving to use, digest, and diversify the information which we are sending this instrument into the channels of the mind, body, spirit complex without distortion. The few whom you will illuminate by sharing your light are far more than enough reason for the greatest possible effort. To serve one is to serve all. Therefore, we offer the question back to you to state that indeed it is the only activity worth doing, to learn/teach or teach/learn. There is nothing else which is of aid in demonstrating the original thought except your very being and the distortions that come from the unexplained, inarticulate, or mystery-clad being are many.
How do you know you got an original thought? Where do most of your thoughts come from, external or internal? Ask yourself that. Which one?
Thus, to attempt to discern and weave your way through as many group mind, body, spirit distortions as possible among
Facebook groups.
Your peoples in the course of your teaching is a very good effort to make. We can speak no more valiantly of your desire to serve. May we speak in any other capacity upon this subject?
The desire to serve, I only desire to do the will of God, the will of the Father. The will of the
Question 1.10.
Or won't the desire of the mother but do the will of the Father?
Questioner, will you be available for communication?
Then will you have all the riches on earth?
Can we call on you in the future? Answer, I am Ra. We have good contact with this instrument because of her recent experiences with trance. She is to be able to communicate our thoughts in your future. However, we advise care in disturbing the channel for a few moments and then the proper procedure for aiding an instrument who has, to some extent, the need of re-entering the mind, body, spirit complex which the instrument has chosen for the life experience of this time/space. Do you understand how to nurture this instrument?
Meaning is, how y'all gonna keep her motivated to keep going through this? Because after this, Satan coming in her ass, just like J. Cam was saying.
Question 1.11. Questioner, no. Could you explain it? Ra, we suggest first a brief period of silence. Then the repetition of the instrument's vibratory complex of sound in your density, which you call name. Repeat until an answer is obtained. Then the laying on of the hands at the neck region for a brief period so that the instrument may charge batteries which are not, shall we say, full of the essence of this particular field of this time. And finally, a gift of water into which the love of all present has been given. This will restore this entity, for her distortions contain great sensitivity towards the vibrations of love, and the charged water will effect comfort. Do you now understand? Question 1.
He just told him to get pour a glass of water and write love on it.
1.12. Questioner, not completely. Answer, I am Ra. We search your mind to find the vibration, nickname.
These are the aliens you see.
Is this vibration from you which contains the largest amount of what you would call love. Others would call this entity first name. The charging of the water is done by those present placing their hands over the glass and visualizing the power of love entering the water. This will charge that very effective medium with those vibrations.
Alkaline water, nigga.
This instrument is, at this time, quite fatigued. However, her heart is such that she continues to remain open to us and useful as a channel. This is why we have spent the time/space explaining how the distortions of what you may call fatigue may be ameliorated. Under no circumstances should this instrument be touched until she has responded to her name. I do not wish to take this instrument beyond her capacity for physical energy. It grows low. Therefore, I must leave this instrument. I leave you in the glory and peace of unity. Go forth in peace, rejoicing in the power of the one Creator. I am Ra.
Smack that nigga goddamn it straight. Fuck you talking about. Again, take us out of here, man. We out.
But she's like, no, a teacher grabbed him by his neck. So immediately, that energy, as you can imagine, like disrespect, like boom, trigger. You know what I'm saying?
PTSD.
Aries, full-fledged fire sign. Woo. So I'm like, she trying to tell me a story. I can't hear nothing. All I see is just red. You know what I'm saying? All I see is just fire. So I'm like, yo, I don't need the fucking whole story. Just give me the facts. Like, who is she? What's her race? How old is she? How'd she grab him? What happened after she grabbed him? Like, I'm just the fact. My wife trying to give me the story. Cut through that shit. Like, I'm not even really understanding, like, this is Smith. Like, Smith is a sharpshooter. Like, that motherfucker be sniping your ass from Monday, nigga, to get to Smith Day when he's fully charged up. Because the energy on Friday is straight desperation, like I said.
I know, this can happen tomorrow.
He lives in desperation. Like, that's when he pop locking his shit. Think about Friday, nigga. Crackheads on the street. Niggas is getting paid. Niggas is getting liquor. Niggas is getting their weed, their herbs, getting ready to go to the next level. It's chaos. Niggas fighting. Like, it's nasty. So he's long sniping me, man. Like, that happened yesterday. So the day on Friday. Oh shit. Back up to Thursday. So mind you, after she tell me this shit and she can't give me the answers that I'm looking for, as soon as my son got on the bus, you know, nigga, I was right at the school. Flip-flops, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Toes out. High-ass shorts, so I was walking in the grass. But I'm just like, yo, I'll go there and I walk in. I'm level.
Right.
I'm level, but it's burning inside me. I can't even hold it.
What you gonna do though? Is Hazel kicking it, nigga?
So I'm in there. I'm like, yo.
We just got you talking about this shit.
My name is Jake, man. Such and such is my son. He had an incident today. I was on the phone with my wife, and I'm a little unclear about what happened. Is the principal here? And she was like, no, the principal is gone already. said, what about the teacher that put her hands on my son? And I said, is she here? She's like, no, she's not here either. Who put this? She's a black lady. You know, under the Delilah Act. She was like, who put their hands on your son? And I went and told him, the teacher, I was like, I said, do you know her age? And, you know, I ran my questions that my wife couldn't ask, like a detective. You know, I was like, you know, how old is she? She black. And then she's like, yeah, she was black. So the stat on the teacher was black music teacher in her 50s. Very, very sweet. Never has any problems with this. She don't understand how this happened. Like I said, man, I didn't need all the emotional exchange. Just give me the facts. Just the facts.
Yeah,
that's all I paid for. So once she gave me the facts, man, I'm like, man, who's here that I can talk to? I'm just unclear right now.
I know you can talk to. Shit, fuck, let's go.
This time is as a device that feeds back catalyst to create the polarization, I would say. I would ask Ra if initially when they were designed for third density experience, the mind, body, spirit, not the mind, body, spirit complexes, but as the major use of the yellow ray body, the feeding back of catalyst, and if not, what was the purpose of the yellow ray body? Answer, I am Ra. The description which began your query is suitable for the function of the mind, body, spirit, or the mind, body, spirit complex. The positioning creation of physical manifestation changed not one whit when the veil of forgetting was dropped. Question 105.14. Questioner, then the yellow ray body, from the very beginning, was designed as what Ra has called an athana for the mind, a device to accelerate the evolution of the mind. Is this correct? Answer, I am Ra. It is perhaps more accurate to note that the yellow ray physical vehicle is a necessity without
chakra, yellow ray chakra.
To which the mind.
King Bar had yellow in his chakra. FBG Duck had yellow in his
body. Spirit complex cannot pursue evolution at any pace. Question 105.15. Questioner, then you are saying that the evolution of that portion of the individual that was not yellow ray is not possible without the clothing at intervals in the yellow ray body. Is this correct? Answer, I am Ra. No.
Nah.
Question 105.16. Questioner, would you clear up my thinking on that? I didn't quite understand your statement. Answer, I am Ra. Each mind, body, spirit or mind, body, spirit complex has an existence simultaneous with that of creation. It is not dependent upon any physical vehicle.
And I say, do you worry, the angels go out. When you blank the mind, the angels come in.
However, in order to evolve, change, learn, and manifest the creator, the physical vehicles appropriate to each density are necessary.
First density, instinct, plants. Second density, animal. Emotions. Third density, human. Lower fourth density, I am God body.
Your query implied that physical vehicles accelerated growth. The more accurate description is that they permit growth. Question 105.17. Questioner, as an example, I would like to take the distortion of a disease or bodily malfunction prior to the veil and compare it to that after the veil. Let us assume that the conditions that Jim experienced with respect to his kidney malfunction had been an experience that occurred prior to the veil. Would this experience have occurred prior to the veil? Would it have been different? And if so, how? Answer, I am Ra. The anger of separation is impossible without the veil. The lack of awareness of the body's need for liquid is unlikely without the veil. The decision to contemplate perfection in discipline is quite improbable without the veil.
It's the veil.
Question 105.18. Questioner, I would like to examine a sample, shall we say, bodily distortion prior to the veil and how it would affect the mind. Could Ra give an example of that, please? Answer, I am Ra. This general area has been covered. We shall recapitulate here. The patterns of illness, diseases, and death are a benignant domain asterisk within the plan of incarnational experience. As such, some healing would occur by decision of mind, body, spirits, and incarnations were experienced with the normal ending of illness to death, accepted as such since without the veil it is clear that the mind, body, spirit continues.
Now, what it's saying is you're going to come back and go through the same shit over and over without the veil. It said Moses went to the mountain, came back, and he lifted the veil. And
thusly, the experiences, both good and bad, or joyful and sad, of the mind, body, spirit before veiling would be pale, without vibrancy or the keen edge of interest that such brings in the post-veiling mind, body, spirit complex.
Wisdom.
Asterisk domain in feudal law, lands held in one's own power, a manor house and the adjoining lands in the immediate use and occupation of the owner of the estate, the grounds belonging to any residence or any landed estate, any region over which sovereignty is exercised, the
Jesus in his own land.
Domain. Question 105.19. Questioner. At the end of an incarnation, before veiling, did the entity appear physically to have age-like entities at the end of their incarnation in our present illusion? Did the significator look like that? Answer, I am Ra. The significator of mind, body, or spirit is a portion of the archetypical mind and looks as each envisions such to appear. The body of mind, body, spirits before veiling showed all the signs of aging which acquaint you now with the process leading to the removal from third density incarnation of the mind, body, spirit complex. It is well to recall that the difference betwixt mind, body, spirits and mind, body, spirit complexes is a forgetting within the deeper mind. Physical appearances and surface and instinctual activities are much the same.
Talking about reincarnation. I'm talking about. But instead of dying and coming back in a whole nother body, you can die and come back in the same body. All you have to do is switch up the mind circuitry, do shit different shit, do that damn it, blood pump or circulation. You create yourself as another person. The past memory was released, so you got to detach yourself in order to be the observer of life. I'm going to bring up observer before I close this out, but that's the last thing I'm going to do. I'm going to talk to them. Explain what Rod talking about in that fashion. I'm going on tonight. Nobody gonna print my style. Let's go.
Question 105.20. Questioner, then I was wondering what was the root reason for the change in appearance that we see as the aging process. I am trying to uncover the basic philosophical premise here, but I may be shooting in the dark and not questioning on it correctly. I am trying to get at the reason behind the design in this change in appearance when it seems to me that it would be just as possible for the mind, body, spirit or mind, body, spirit complex to look the same throughout an incarnation. Could Ra explain the reason for this change?
He said, hey, reincarnation. He asked him, how that work? Do I look the same or do I change?
Answer, I am Ra. When the discipline of the personality has led the mind, body, spirit complex into the fifth and especially the sixth level of study, it is no longer necessary to build destruction of the physical vehicle.
Lower fourth shit is what I'm talking about here.
Into its design, for the spirit complex is so experienced as a shuttle that it is aware when the appropriate degree of intensity of learning and increment of lesson have been achieved. Within third density, not to build into the physical vehicle its ending would be counterproductive to the mind, body, spirit complexes therein residing, for within the illusion it seems more lovely to be within the illusion than to drop the garment which has carried the mind, body, spirit complex and move on. Question 105.21. Questioner, I see, then, that it is, shall we say, when an individual reaches a very old age it becomes apparent to him in third density that he is worn out. Therefore, he is not attached to this vehicle as firmly as he would be with a good-looking, well-functioning one. After the veil, the body is definitely an athana for the mind. Prior to the veiling, did the body serve as an athana for the mind at all?
So we're talking about age reduction in the reincarnation act, you know what I'm saying? And if you get to a certain point of knowledge where you stop, every time the body ages slow down on aging. But what we do is press the body to age faster. So what he's talking about is age regression now. Due to the out of reincarnation, I have became who I am. I have been through so much shit. I have been through hell and I have made it to heaven. When I say heaven, heaven is the kingdom, and the kingdom is the king of mind of the king of the mind. I have known that you can create your own nightmares, and all you have to do is positively believe in yourself and go within, and the angels will go about. So I have been initiated to hell, grim storm, pain, and suffering. You know what I'm saying? So I got some pain on my hand. I became a God king, and I was dipped and baptized in the water, the seat of the emotions. And when I came out of that motherfucker, I cut my hair, I had dreads, and I was done with my journey. And I came out that water of God king, under the seat of the emotions. Mean I am that I am. Man over matter. Matter is emotion matters. And so Daniel was able to contain the lion and to be straight in the ring of fire. You see what I'm saying?
Answer, I am Ra. Yes. You may ask one more full query. Question 105.22. Questioner, I believe that I should ask if there is anything that we can do to make the instrument more comfortable or to improve the contact, since in the last session I was not able to get that question in. Answer, I am Ra. We find the weariness of the group well balanced by its harmony. That weariness shall continue in any future circumstance during your incarnations.
Talking about getting tired along the journey.
For the duty your love and thanksgiving for each other and join always in fellowship, correcting each broken strand of the affection with patience, comfort, and quietness.
How to deal with niggas, bitches.
We find all meticulously observed in the alignments and give you these words only as reminder. All that can be done for the instrument seems done with an whole heart, and the instrument itself is working in the indigo ray with perseverance.
Starseed.
We have previously mentioned some temporary measures for the instrument. If these are...
And give us some advice. I might reply to y'all. This is the ancestor. If you're listening, that's why I talk to you.
Are adopted. Additional liquids shall be imbibed by the instrument and by the question.
Drink more water.
Whose bond with the instrument is such that each difficulty for one is the same in sympathy for the other. I am Ra. I leave you rejoicing merrily in the love and the light, the power and the peace of the one infinite creator. Adonai.
Neutral association or observer point. And this is when you're looking at a movie. And the observer point is you're looking at a movie and you know at the end, watching the Zell, he knows how he acting. He ain't gonna die. He's an actor. So the way you look at a movie is you be the second-hand person to your own life. Because I can listen to a motherfucker problems easily and come up with all types of solutions because I'm not locked into the problem. But imagine him telling me the problem or she telling me the problem. So imagine your own problems like that. Become second-hand with your own goddamn problems. And then you'll be able to have them solutions too. So we talking about be in this world but not of this world. The controllers have zero power over you. One's thoughts and emotional state. And you are outside their frequency. Reached by maintaining neutral balance or observer point. Observer point is the control of where we're being in now. If you stay out of the mental and emotional polarity, inferior or superior thought forms, it is very, or they talk Adam that don't bite for that tree, it's the tree of good and evil. It is very hard for them to manipulate or control you. The controllers have no access to control now movement, living in the now, like Common say be. I'm gonna read that though. The controllers have zero power. Fuck that. The now movement. Be in the now. Think in the now. Don't live in the past. Don't live in the future. It's imagine the future, but don't live in it. The now moment. You know what I'm saying? Consciousness or do not understand the self-organization of God force in action. When you worry, the angels come out. When you worry, the angels go in. When you go in, the angels go out. God forth in action as a compassionate witness. When you are capable to maintain and then embody energetic balance through observer with no attachment to the outcome, God forces can access your being and bring resolution, reconciliation, and peace to the most despairing of circumstances. Remember, fear closes the door to God forces while holding the inner balance, peace, and love opens it. Observe, discern, accept. Practicing meditation and develop the observer point is a critical skill which can be learned, trained, and developed to the discipline and unruly ego mind. Not this time. You know what I'm saying? They want to motherfucking play with me. But like I was saying, we was reading and we out of here. All right. Okay, where was we at? The train developed to discipline an unruly ego mind. With an unruly and undisciplined mind, one cannot reach higher consciousness and access higher sensory perception. The process is one of self-observation and gaining increased self-awareness through dedication and observation of the self and gradually discerning between the functioning aspect of the mind. One can attain direct experiences. This is out the book of Eli at the time of the consciousness they are. The still point of which is conscious connects to in parts of our mind is that which forms all of our thoughts, emotions, and experiences that direct us through life. To begin this process, must one observe the functions of mind and discern them in action and intend to return that part of the mind to function or through back into the eternal still point or neutral. You know what I'm saying? When you worry, the angels come out. When you go within, the angels go out. As we observe the thought, action, and behavior in ourselves externally, we source this as aspect of our mind, that which is connected to the internal whole, and return that thought to the still point of consciousness inside our hearts. In the earlier stages, this is the intention and goal of Pacific meditation, to become aware of the inner stillness without the mind interfering. Later, it is walking meditation, in which every single thought, behavior, activity is witnessed by observer point, which I'm going through now and every day of my life in the day-to-day activity. As this skill is developed, this becomes possible with no little effort to remain in the observer point, meaning is I'll never be in jail asking myself how I get in this situation, because I was already observers of the movie. Your whole life is a movie, so how can this nigga, fuck you? Here we go, Meek Mill's getting into it with old boy up at the all-white party. And we're going to talk about that, the all-white party. I forgot to get out, nigga, you know, the Kim Kardashian. We know the fuck. And now you at a all-white party acting black. Come on, man. Meek Mills fell up under the toilet first. I'm going to tell you the motherfucking truth. He know better than that. I'm going to keep on talking. What the fuck is that nigga name? Who the fuck Meek Mills get into it with? They going to keep on playing with me, sending these stupid ass signals in my head. The chocolate nigga. The chocolate nigga. Like, that shit. I'm going to keep on reading, though. I'm going to keep on. Where we at? Okay. To begin this process, one wants to observe. Meek Mill should have paid attention. Travis Scott. Observe the function of the mind and discern. Travis Scott has done to get out and act, Meek Mill. You can't help him. He fucked up. Discern them in action. He under the Taurus first, seeing red for no fair reason, trying to get his ass back in the feds. Intended to return a part of the mind function and through back into eternal still point of neutral. As we observe the thought, action, or behavior in ourselves externally, we source this as an aspect of our mind that is corrected to the internal whole. So as you see he getting into it with you, somewhere within yourself, you got a problem with me. Maybe Jay-Z trying to bend you over. And return, the world was saying. And remember, the world was saying was on that Netflix movie, American Gods, the world knew everything. So we had the world talking to Wendy Williams that knew everything. Return that thought to still point of consciousness. Vegan niggas miss this supreme psychopath. We need some motherfucking ribs. Quit playing with me, motherfucker. Inside our hearts, in the earlier stages, this is the intention and goal of a Pacific meditation, to become aware of the inner stillness without the mind interfering. Later, it is walk meditation, to which every single thought, behavior, activity is witnessed by the observer point in this world and not others world in the day-to-day activity. As a skill is developed, this becomes possible with little to no effort in the observer point. It is at this point that a mass leap is higher consciousness and awareness of sentient forms may be experienced. Meaning it's what you going through now, fucking with Godspeed TV, fucking with me. To allow the deeper comprehensions of the self to discern the function of the mind, one would need to discern the function of each part of the mind and accept its nature without judgment or consent. Man, don't even judge nobody. Just understand it is what it is, whatever the fuck you're looking at in front of you. This means to train the mind. One must learn to observe, discern the part of the mind and accept its nature. Thought through observation, discernment, and acceptance, one can train the mind to be distant and back to the neutral, which allows access to the still of higher consciousness. Be in this world, but not of this world. When you worry, the angels go in. When you let God, the angels go out. An everyday quick tool to train the mind, observe, discern, accept, and neutral is monadic integration. In the state of monadic integration, the conscious experience allows for omnipresence, the law of one, Ra, observer point, which then connects to the Christos, God body, like Jesus is here conscious, as one authority, results in perpetual state of compassionate witnessing. The law of compassion may only be assessed through the deep practice of compassion in the law of one. That's why we already gave you the law of one and give you all the other laws. I'm going to get right down to the point, which is in direct teachings of the Christ or Christos star. Without the practice of compassion in everyday existence, one conscious descend to partial awakening, cardinal ways, cardinal zodiac, lower self, 50 Cent, through means of intellectual higher mind, Luciferian conscious. So it sounds like 50 Cent and all the shit he can think about. He say, look, Kim look like a fucking alien or whatever fuck. Man. Come on, that's bottom feeding shit. Fucking playing with me, man. It's Godspeed TV, Pomatic. Let me kick a little verse. I just want to talk before we get into expansion. The verse point. And I know y'all like this shit long, but this is what the fuck I'm doing. And I ain't got shit else to do but do this while I got time to do this, and this is how fucking long it's gonna be. Look the numbers up in gematria, and that's gonna tell you why the fuck it's this long. Y'all got pardon me, I'm seeing a psychiatrist on the King Von Lake. Y'all remember I'm talking to a white lady talking about like she said, how was your day, Poe? I say, the niggas, I say, imagine you on your white horse and the sun shining down on you, casting a shadow on me. Bitch Satan told me to bring a pizza and a pack of squares. Mm-hmm. Fuck you talking about, you finna catch all this heat. Bitch ass nigga, young Pharaoh. What was I at? What was I at? Where the fuck was I at? Okay, Luciferian conscience. Expanding beyond the Zabra point. Now, if y'all say, okay, I'm at the Zabra point where I ain't got to sit back under the J. Can Act, I can sit back and observe the shit that's going on around me due to the fact that he able to relate it back because he black just like that. That's what J. Can was talking about. So I'm asking too. So this third dimensional. What's beyond third dimensional, Poe? The next stage beyond the observer point is loving heart-based feelings that are present in the compassionate witness. At the stage of achieving the observer point, one will progress in consciousness to be a vessel of which express the law of compassion or will remain stunned at the observer point consciousness. Man, what the fuck all this got to do with money, cars, bitches, and hoes? This level of observer point, when it remains static, defines the Luciferian bliss, meaning is Jay-Z. This is the aspect of higher mind which holds access to the threshold of conscious that is devoid of deep heart-based compassion and true empathy. It hangs on the edge of the conscious abyss until it can fully let go or surrender, dissolving into the ocean field of loving compassion, jumping over the Luciferian abyss, which is what Jay-Z, all these what the fuck the world was talking about, is the final point of surrender, where we may feel when he say, Hamdulillah, surrender to God, I do the will of the Father. Look at his hair, our shit, you know what I'm saying? May fear. We go back. Luciferian abyss is the final point of surrender, where we may feel fear. We will be swallowed into the black hole of nothingness. At this point, we stand at the edge of abyss over the massive void. We must surrender to God to make the leap of faith and jumping over the other side into the arms of the mother. I always said, Father give you what you need, the mother give you what you want. Jumping over to the mother. I'm out here talking this shit because I'm with mother. Ain't shit gonna happen to the black woman. Every black woman know that. But then again, you know what I'm saying? This is why after achieving an observer point, if feelings of compassion do not naturally flow through the open heart, intentional effort to open the heart, communing with the mother, heal the inner child, will be required to access the higher heart principle. This is why Kevin James talking about he was molested while he was a child on Mike Tyson. They trying to tell y'all, you know, practicing the law of one with the intent to open one's heart to compassion and meditation is the process which expands consciousness to the levels which access higher sensory perception. The fuck you hearing right now into the pomatic? I'm sorry, I don't mean to cuss like that. What y'all hearing right now? Through increasing sensory and feeling ability. I understand what y'all going through out here. Real talk. This is me feeling y'all, and that's why I keep going. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker be talking shit though. The Pope. I ain't gonna even fucking lie. Motherfucker be talking shit. In my opinion, be talking shit. In my opinion, like I ain't got motherfucking something to say. And I remember motherfucking OG Percy was talking about how that little nigga that was coming up, he was rapping there. Then nigga always had something to say. He's like, man, just wake up. Some motherfucker got something to say about what the fuck I'm doing. Fucking playing with me, man. Playing with me. Yo, Pharaoh, I'm at your motherfucking neck. You disrespected Bobby Hemming. I wish another nigga would. Any nigga who disrespect the elder, I'm pulling their name up in this mantra. And I ain't pulling up the name you gave yourself. I'm pulling up your first name and the name you gave yourself. So any motherfucker out here disrespecting these elders, free Larry Hoover, resurrect, goddammit, King David, Willie Lloyd. If y'all get all these chiefs, and I know y'all know who the chief, get them out of jail, talk to them, let's get it right. Y'all can play, y'all quit playing with them. If you disrespect the elder, I met your neck, I'm pulling you up in the demonstrant, and I'm gonna show the world your demons. Young Pharaoh, your ass next. I'm gonna do a name on Young Pharaoh. He try to think he's slick. I need his first fucking name. Where we at? Set neutral or association of observer point. Remain non-attached to the outcome. Healing is non-verbal and non-linear. Release the mental body from fixating and increase higher perception feeling by doing inner field check. Reflect. Stay fully present in the now moment. Enjoy yourself now. Enjoy the now. Enjoy now. Women, when you out of town, you enjoying them out of town trips. Don't think about you ain't got no man. Enjoy yourself then. Think about all this shit later. Nigga, if you got a case, nigga, I'm gonna tell y'all something. I'm gonna say this before this over with. I wanted to make sure penitentiary. For all of y'all that haven't been to the penitentiary, appreciate this. For brothers who've been locked up, been in the joint, been in the county, been locked up, bring yourself in that state of mind to the now. You're out here. Imagine you in that one fucking cell. Hard ass motherfucking cell, cold in a motherfucker, smelling like the last nigga that was there. You sitting there laying there for hours and hours. 3 days if you get caught on Friday slipping, and your court date is on Monday, so you gotta sit in a regular local lockup for 3 days doing shit. Imagine how much your mind go. What you do is wrap yourself up, and you try to make yourself as sleepy as possible. You close your mind, and when sleep become possible, what do you do? I'm trying to say, so when you go to the county, you enjoy the fact that you're able to eat that bullshit ass food and have a hot cot and lay the fuck back. And think about that. Now you get to move around, talk to the niggas, and you start thinking and meditating. Your soul is clean and goddamn the breath out of one cigarette, whatever the fuck going on. And then you get to the world and you become flooded with all this major shit, and then you forget, nigga, be in this world, but not other world. Meaning is keep that same mind you had in the joint in the county outside. Man. Bitch ass nigga scared to do it. It's too much, right? It's too much, right? It's too much. Those for you who have never been in jail, go ask a nigga how it feels to be in jail and take that as your lesson. Observer of holographic movies or images. A way to understand a vocal point is likened to reviewing a movie. Denzel, Training Day, what I just tell you. If you become at all connected to the thread of in an archetype of drama, you are pulled into the movie, into the time, space of which the hologram is played out. When observing it, you are outside time. You are outside of the matrix of which is creating it. Think about it, man. Just as if you watching a movie, you outside of that time. Training Day, this nigga in the park in his ass, but you outside of it. That's what's your life. When you are outside looking at it, you are not in the same time space fields where there is particular event is transpiring, and that's where you have to stay all day. Look at your life like a movie. Motherfucker hit your car like Blau was saying one day. He did a video and he was flooding in his crib under the Noah Act, and I said, damn, wow, you know. And I knew. I said, man, yo, this my it looked like tragic. Like what the fuck? And he make a video talking about it, and in that show, power. It's just like when niggas go to jail for 20 years, they smile. That smile for the 20 years more powerful than you get in the 20 years. And he did the video, and he was outside of that. It didn't fucking matter. And I'm gonna do a video about it and talk. And every nigga who deeply saw that video thought about how much his basement was flooded and went back in their life and said, damn, that car accident or this and that one shit. This nigga seen it. Who the fuck go to the disparity and make a video of it? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about? You know what I mean, man, I'm gonna make a million. Hey, hold on, Joe. I'm gonna do this video of me losing my house. You got 12 days. Okay, I'll get right. Mm-hmm. You're in this world, but the other world. This is the same principle in working with some of the galactic worlds and challenges that we see in higher planes. If we have seen others through years, don't worry about how long this shit gonna be. It's gonna be as long as this motherfucker, this God time. I ain't got shit else to do. Other throughout the years make a mistake. The mistake is when we engage with this as is, you are like you are in, you have made a mistake. You have got to pull out. You cannot be in the timeline. as soon as you are feeling the emotional pull or the investment or attachment, whatever it is that pull you into the timeline, which is the timelines. Go to your Facebook page, timeline. Read the timeline. You can see when they go through their ups and downs. So let's think about it. As soon as you are feeling an emotional pull, right, we already did that. They ain't fucking with me, man. They ain't fucking playing with me, man. My motherfucking shit, man. I'm pulling this bullshit. Benny Butcher shit on me, man. Fucking playing with me. What was that? The level of holding observer is understanding that when you do this, you are outside of space, where that event and technology has power. That's why I'm talking like this, y'all. I'm outside of that space, but they're trying to put it in, but I got my kufi in. When you are outside of it, that technology, whatever it is, whatever going on, does not have power over you. As soon as you get sucked into it, you become part of the movie. So let's watch how King Von gets shot. So King Von sitting in the car and everything's okay, and then all of a sudden his manager saying, I don't know what's going on with King Von, you know what I'm saying? He was just acting weird, and he was acting funny. You know, and then King Von sitting in the car. Now, he know Quando Rondo there because he got a text, you know what I'm saying? The sad thing is Deeper Soul under the King David Act, outside of Biden's little child, if you demonstrate, knew not to get out that car. But he had half a molly, a little bit of lean. He thinking, Rondo don't really want no static. Damn, but everybody watching, streets watching. And his manager, Track 1000, said he was just sitting there like, you know, thinking. And he was fighting, and then he said, you know what? But then it was what happened with Quando Rondo. The gin whispered in his ear. He got beef with Lil Reese. Nigga, you know you would smash this nigga. All you had to do is be like, look, nigga, go call Lil Reese, tell him you sorry. You got bigger points off that, but you jumped your motherfucking Mary had a little lamb ass out the car with the white sacrificial pants on. I'm talking about. Play yourself, man. Play yourself. Fuck that. I'm gonna explain something to y'all real quick. I'm gonna explain it like this. Of the law of one, Rothfowls, Black Crows, air raid my generals. Okay. Black Crows, air raid my generals. Code for show my code of ethnic, strong and reckless, swift and reckless. Swift unseen, like the wind, but felt like bumpy face gin. North altitude, move again. Left, right, left. My blood of Rome's matrix of clones. Adidas Taurus, respring the stone. Adidas third tree storm. Pinky made of stone. Braids, flick limbs, breast blue sky. Dirty earth of sin. Bowl of smoke, say blue, choke, titanium, blue blood. She's control with love, don't run, guns and bones, lace 5% a nigga with no trace. EJ sealed my face, creepy. Umbrium bricks was mad to feed the home bread. It's like watching a movie. When you're watching it as a movie, you'll recognize this is a movie. There is a part of you observing the movie. This is the most effective way that you can be of support. The second that you identify with the movie, you become part of the movie. You can get hurt once you realize, like, if I become part of this bullshit going on, like why I'm feeling loose, that shit hurt locked up for life. You became part of that movie. Scarface, let's go back and ride down, but it didn't go that way. This means you get implanted, and a bunch of crap happens to you because now you have been sucked into the movie. No. They trying to fuck up the screen, y'all. No. This is a skill set as a practitioner or a steward of what we are dealing with and being able to master this. This is a skill set as a practitioner or a steward of what we are dealing with and being able to master this. Understanding that holding neutrality, not responding, does not mean you don't care. Other people would not understand this. Victor Corvinus. Over the years, I have been told by others that I have to reconcile issues with me that they may feel I am monotonic and that I speak in a monotonic light, don't care, or it just allow things to occur that are damaging. I don't take action. What I fear they're not understanding is exactly that at this point, the wisdom is always in knowing what is your peace. What is the wisdom and application of your energy, your conscience, at whatever time, space that you're working with clearing your particular issues? Victor Corvinus don't handle shit in an average person's way. You know, Victor Corvinus do things different because of reincarnations are going through the same situations. So I'm gonna handle this a little bit different. I'm gonna show you like Victor Corvinus how you gonna handle it different. Like, you know, Victor, like, he'll become an outro to this show, but Victor just be like,